Welcome to the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy-Looking Nerf Herders. This is a live streaming Star Wars actual play run by Star Wars fans for Star Wars fans. That's us and you, respectively. Today we are beginning the West End Games Star Wars The Role-Playing Game Adventure Rebel Breakout with this session 1. We might actually just finish it in this session, depending on how it goes. So let's introduce our panel. We're missing one person, but we're going to make do anyway. So Trey, you want to introduce your character?
Yeah, my name is Robert. I will be playing Trey today. Trey is a minor Jedi. He was assigned to a Jedi Master during the last bit of the Clone Wars, and when things started going bad, his master said, "You need to get out of here," and he has spent the last however many years kind of on the run, trying to figure out how to survive on his own and trying to find someone to kind of hang out with.
Nice. Melkor.
Well, I'm Cameron, as you guys know, and my character is going to be Melkor Sindar. I am an ex-Imperial officer, 50-ish, little out of shape, can still clearly fit the uniform. Might not be mine, but god damn it, I'll pretend it is.
Nice. And Sanna. Is it Sanna or Sanna? Or?
We're playing
Sanna.
Santa.
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 Hell yeah.
I want my present.
My name's Dayna, and I will be playing Sanna Auter, who is a smuggler. Basically, my ship is my home, and my parents were killed by the Imperials for running spice. So I'll run anything except spice. But then my ship got impounded by the Pikes, and so now I have to run spice for the Pikes, or I don't get my ship. So I'm just looking for some way to earn some credits so I can pay back the Pikes, so I can go back to being independent again.
Awesome. All right. I like the backstory. So for the sake of this adventure, you guys have, and we'll go through an introductory script here in just a moment, all of your weapons, anything but mundane equipment, you've been prohibited from arriving to this location with because you've had to pass multiple Imperial checkpoints. So just to safely get to where you are to meet this rebel operative, you've had to forsake a little bit of safety, but you're really putting trust in this operative and you're hoping everything's going to go well. So let's begin. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, a rebel agent codenamed Thierry arranged to help each of you join the Rebel Alliance. Following the instructions, you traveled to an old mine on Bothan's planet. With your companions, you made your way past warning signs and old fences into the mine.
I have a bad feeling about this. Look at all these old power cables and control wires. These magnetic rails. This mine is huge.
Yeah, so no sightseeing. We could get lost forever in here.
I mean, it looks like this has been abandoned for decades. Who knows what kind of creatures have moved in?
Animals aren't all we have to worry about. It looks like some of those power lines are still charged. One touch, zap.
Well, yeah, this tunnel isn't in great shape either. Do you hear that rumble? This whole mine is going to just cave in at any moment. It's a cave-in waiting to happen.
Knock it off. This place is creepy enough without you guys working on my confidence.
Let me get this straight. We're supposed to meet TV here and fly out in a shuttle to join the Rebel Alliance?
Well, unless we sprout wings, we're not flying anywhere. In case you haven't noticed, this isn't exactly a shuttle hangar.
This main tunnel looks big enough, but you'd have to be crazy to try to fly a shuttle in here.
What do we know about this Agent Tyree anyway? We each only met him once. This whole thing could be a trap.
For what? All we're doing here is trespassing. We aren't even carrying blasters.
Yeah, but Tyree already knows enough about each of us to get us 10 years hard labor in the Kessel Spice Mines.
If this was a trap, they'd have jumped us already. Let's wait a couple of minutes.
You turn and carefully make your way down a pitch-black branch tunnel to the chamber where you're supposed to meet Tyree. You get there and discover that except for a few crates, the room is absolutely empty. Agent Tyree is not there.
I'm telling you, I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, so much for our glorious career in the Rebel Alliance. There's a galactic war going on, and we're playing hide and seek.
Suddenly, an R2 droid rolls out and whistles. It's that was the whistle, by the way. I'm not having a stroke. It spins around to look at each of you. It seems nervous and whines softly.
Great. Just what we need. A cave droid.
The droid beeps a few times, and its projector snaps on, and a tiny holographic image of Tiri appears. He says, "Welcome to Mesa 291. I'm sorry I can't greet you myself."
Not as sorry as we are.
"Somehow the ISB, Imperial Security Bureau, tracked me down. They must have your names too, so you can't turn back now."
This whole deal is getting worse by the minute.
"It may only be a few hours before they catch me, and they'll come after you next."
Great. I wanted a welcoming committee, but this isn't what I had in mind.
"I'll lead the Imperials away so as long as I can to give you time to escape. I left some equipment and weapons for you. I hope you won't need them."
What we really need is a ship.
The shuttle is in a cavern on the next level down. This astromech droid, R2-DO, knows the way there. I hope you can fly the craft because I might not make it back.
Well, we can fly it, but where to? We're wanted as traitors now.
DO holds the navigation and hyperspace jump coordinates to the rebel base. You must not let this droid fall into Imperial hands, or they'll learn where the base is. If you have to destroy the droid, good luck, and may the Force be with you. The message ends and R2 unit jumps in surprise. The droid beeps loudly, "Woo, woo, woo, woo," as it hops around and eyes the doorway.
Let's not waste any time. If I know the ISB, they won't wait until they get Tyree before they come after us.
A sudden clatter of battle armor echoes through the tunnel. You hear a stern, muffled voice bark, "Weapons team, secure the entrance! First squad, check the branch tunnels! Stay alert, these rebel scum may be armed!" You hear the click of many blaster safeties as footsteps start moving toward you.
Stormtroopers. We could be killed. Where are those weapons?
Never mind the weapons. Where's the shuttle? We gotta get out of here.
Watch that droid. He may try to get away.
Somebody remind me why I volunteered for this.
The stormtroopers are moving down the main tunnel, so they won't reach you for a couple of minutes, if you're lucky. Now, what are you going to do?
I mean, obviously we gotta load up on our weapons and shit first.
Yeah.
Get that out of the way.
Yep.
Hoping that it's weapons in there and not pastries.
You know what? I'll take
Pastries would be
pastries
okay.
too.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go out, at least I'll have a full belly.
Okay. So Dio is sort of like moving off to the edge, sort of spinning its little dome head around, making little whistles and sort of worried sounds, as if he's anxious. So who's going to be looking in these crates?
Trey will start opening crates, looking for stuff.
All right, so you start busting the crates open, just sort of lifting them up. They come up on their own little hydraulics for the first 45 degrees, and then you can sort of pop them open. You guys have your personal effects. I'm hoping some of you have like some sort of torch or a lantern or something, some sort of lighting mechanism. So as you like sort of peek in, you can see that amid all of the different crates, there's approximately 7 flight suits, 6 headset comlinks, 5 10 meters of rope, 5 10-meter sections of rope, 4 glow rods, 6 blaster pistols, 20 blaster ammo packs, 4 smoke grenades, and 4 traditional grenades.
So Trey starts handing stuff out. He's like, comm links, glow. Oh, good, glow rods. We need to be able to see in here. Blasters, yes. And he'll start handing it out. Make sure everybody gets a comm link, a blaster, ammo.
So there's 20 ammo packs. How are you guys divvying those up amongst the 3 of you?
I was gonna say there's 3 of us. Might as well
Just
just
3 of us, so
split that basically down
six
the middle.
each, and 2 people get 7.
Sounds good. I'll take a 6.
I'm going to adjust your camera really quick here, Dayna, just to get you right. I should have done this before. Sorry about that. All right.
And you see Trey like digging through. He's like, there are no snacks in here. There are flight suits. Need
I
flight
don't
suits.
see any snacks. This is a chip.
This
Could have at least
belly-
provided-
Snacks are the least of our problems.
I'm starving. Fine.
Did you find any instant calf in there by chance?
No, there's no rations of any kind.
Bullshit.
Which I guess.
Glad I brought my own flask.
So who's carrying grenades? Who's carrying smoke grenades? You each are divvying up your blaster ammo packs, and everyone's taking one, or I mean, you could take two.
Well, so
blasters
there was 6 to 2 of us, and then 7 to 1 of us. I already snuck in a holdout blaster, so it just kind of makes sense if I had 7. But it's a group, so it's your guys' choice.
Yeah, Trey only needs 6.
2 people have 7, 1 person has 6.
Oh, is that how it is? Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
Trey will
Yeah.
take the 6.
I
You
can
guys
math.
can each have a 7. Mhm.
Okay.
20 divided by 3.
Math.
It is too damn early to do math.
And the grenades.
I didn't make it this high as an officer to.
Are
have
there
to
grenades
fucking
like in a
stop.
satchel or something that make them easy to carry?
Yeah, one of those like little bandolier satchel things.
Yeah, Trey will just throw it on just so that we have it.
Okay. So there's 2 of them, one for the smoke grenades and the other for traditional grenades.
He'll hold
I'll
out
take
the other
traditional
one.
grades.
I would not want to take grenades in a bandolier. You get shot.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
At least you're not going to fill
It's-
anything.
That's
They're
true.
energy weapons.
Yeah. So what kind of grenades did Trey end up with? You said they're traditional. What were the other kind?
Smoke.
Oh, smoke
So
grenades.
4 smoke, 4 regular.
Perfect. So I think he starts handing stuff out, and then he looks back. And he's like, "Oh, smoke grenades. Okay, whatever. It's fine."
So you feel the floor below you rumbling a little bit. Not entirely sure if it's just this old mine reacting in some way, or if it's all of the troopers that have sort of started swarming the mine itself as well. But in either case, you should probably start moving somewhere. You see what's that?
I was gonna say, which direction do we hear the stormtroopers coming from?
That's a hard thing because we're in a mine.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the sounds
I'd
are
assume
echoing throughout everything.
Okay.
I'd assume we all came through an entrance. So my assumption is going to be they're coming through the entrance.
And that's why we have you, because you are the brains of this operation.
Clearly.
Which direction are we going?
Right. I mean, you could give me a
Not the
perception
entrance.
check to see
Okay.
if you can tell if the rumble is coming from the troopers or if it's just a stability thing.
Yeah.
14, 18. So you two are pretty sure that this rumble is a structural issue. And there's something that's just unsafe about this mine, which is probably why it was abandoned and not being used. Which that just compounds the problems that you find yourselves in. The droid stands in the middle of the chamber, turning his domed head slowly to look at one dark tunnel and then the other. With a quiet whoop whoop, Dio tilts back, dropping his retractable leg to the ground. He rolls over to the tunnel you entered from, but stops as muffled stormtrooper voices echo down the tunnel with a frightened whoo. Dio quickly scoots out into the other tunnel, waiting from the darkness. He beeps impatiently, clearly waiting for you to follow. So he started going back the way you had come already, and now
The droid knows where to go, so I guess let's go follow the droid.
Yeah.
Works
So
for
as
me.
we start following
I-
the droid, I will throw a smoke grenade kind of down the hall behind us to try to cover us a little bit.
Say that also is going to give our.
yeah, this is gonna let him know that you're there too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let them know exactly where we are, but okay.
So do you? I also just we had kind of talked before all the game that Melkor and Trey had kind of been running around together. Does as you see Trey go to grab this, do you try to stop him?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I smack your hand and be like, no,
Ow!
that's
Sorry.
it. I don't explain myself, nothing.
And you see him Trey just kind of drops his head. He's like, "Yeah, sorry, let's go." And he'll follow behind.
Just excited to use your new gear. I have
I
grenades.
get it, man. You're a kid. I want to play. I mean, I want to play with explosives too, but there's a time and a place for that.
Fine.
So for anyone watching this, this is a representation of the group, not an individual character. Just so everyone knows. All right. So yeah, go ahead.
What's the language like? Did I have to take a special thing to be able to speak binary to speak with the droid or something? Or?
Yeah, you would need to have some sort of experience with droids in order to even try to discern what they're saying and stuff.
Okay.
Is that something that you have in your background?
I mean, I have a droid. I have a BD unit,
Oh, nice.
but I didn't I didn't know if there was like a something I had to take
Right.
to
No, I
be
mean,
able to like
just from
speak
inflection
binary.
and stuff, because binary it's more of an intuition, intuiting
Yeah.
what they're saying rather than an actual, discernible language. So I mean, unless it's plugged into a terminal, then you can, of course, see
Yeah.
everything. So you can intuit what it's trying to communicate to you.
Okay.
In this particular case, it's trying to get out of the area because it's worried about these coming troopers.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
All right, so it moves down the hall, and you guys are seeing these really dark tunnels. I mean, this was an old mining facility, but cables and exposed power lines are hanging down in all the sections of the tunnel like guts of some wounded beast. You're seeing energy flashes and crackles every few seconds, showing that lots of the power still courses through the dying mine. Formex pillars and beams shore up the ceiling and walls, casting strange shadows everywhere. Dio pauses, sort of circling his head around the tunnel and constantly doing a little "Ooh, ooh," and then he begins to roll forward, scanning nervously from side to side with his infrared receptors.
Do you
Yeah,
actually know where we're going, little droid?
It's like, yeah, pretty sure, I think, maybe.
It sounds like he's got a better idea than us.
That's true. That's fair. All right. Well, we need to get out of here. So
So you see Dio stop at this intersection and sort of like turning its little domed head left and right, not sure what direction to be going into. It ends up sort of facing the right side and starts moving down. And with a loud, piercing shriek, two creatures swoop down from the ceiling in a shower of blue sparks. Their black, leathery wings beat powerfully as they attack Dio and the first character in line. So, what's your guys' marching order? I should have identified this earlier.
well, I was right behind the droid.
Okay.
and then I
So you
think
see Minox.
Trey was like kind of dragging his feet behind Melkor after being chastised in the tunnel, so he's taking up the rear.
Nice.
I
Something he's familiar with.
Yeah.
Yep.
mean, he was in the Jedi Temple for all those years.
Oh, no.
They're just like Catholics, from
Oh.
what I hear.
Oh, no. So these Minox fly down. You only see two of them. One of them smacks on top of Dio, and the other one is like flying right at you. I need dexterity checks from Dio and from Sanna.
10.
All right, so Dio doesn't really have dexterity as an operating ability, so it's just going to be a 1. So, let's just say 0. You can't roll a 0 on a d6.
I mean,
Is it a
Is it
And it
negative
does say
modifier?
0d6, so there is no d6 to roll.
Oh, right. That makes sense. So I just rolled a 6 for him. These Minox. What did you roll, Sanna?
10.
Nice. Where are these Minox? Oof. Okay, so they got 10. So all ties go to players. So you get an opportunity as you see them to start moving down. Let's see. Make opposed dexterity rolls against the Minox to try anything before they reach you. So you're in a moment now. There's not really initiative in this. It's really just opposed actions. So we have to declare what we're going to do. The Minox are going to fly down into your face, and then you declare what you want to do, and that's going to determine what happens from here. And this is the way combat's going to be going the whole time. So Dio is clearly going to try to back up away from this Minox that's flying down at him. The Minox going to try to latch onto him and maybe even suck some energy out of his domed head. This Minox going to come at you, trying to defend its territory and attack you with its claws or its bite. What are you planning on doing?
Shoot him. Shoot him.
Okay. So it's going to ostensibly to see who goes first. It's going to make its attack at the exact same time you're going to make your attack. If at any point you want to dodge, you have to declare it before attack dice are rolled, and then that will affect everything you do after that by reducing your success by 1 because you're doing a reaction in combat rather than just the shooting. So it's up to you whether you want to try to dodge or not. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd try to dodge that. I don't want to get attacked by a Minoc.
Yeah. Let me move this Minoc over here. All right, so roll your dodge skill, and I have to add that to the DC of the difficulty of this creature trying to attack you.
Okay, 13.
And it's going to be basically just a brawl. You got a 13? Wow. So he's got to beat a 23. And it only gets a 10. So you dodge out of the way, but now when you're firing back at it, you get a -1 die roll to your roll. So whatever your D for your blaster is, just subtract 1 from it. You may have to use the actual dice in Roll20 rather than the character sheet itself.
So I have 4D plus 1, so instead I do 3D plus 1 for my blaster.
Yep.
And these are D6?
Correct.
There's probably a better way to do this, but we'll just add those up. 7, 8, 9, 10.
10. Okay, so because you're point blank, the difficulty is really just the point blank range, which I think is 5, and it's compounded by a successful dodge. In this particular case, it wasn't trying to dodge; it was just trying to get at you. So you hit him. Go ahead and give me the damage for the blaster itself. So
I just have a heavy blaster pistol damage. Is that the blaster that we have?
No, so these are blaster pistols, just typical normal ones. They're 4D damage.
4D?
Everyone has the same one, yeah.
Nope, that's not what I wanted. 46 is what I wanted. Okay, sorry.
Whoa.
19.
Okay. So when we're dealing with damage, there's no hit points in this game. It's really just damage levels, basically. And it ranges from healthy, stunned, wounded, incapacitated, and mortally wounded. So whenever you're struck by anything physical, you roll your strength and you compare that to the damage done. If the damage done is over whatever you rolled for your strength, then you take a health condition. If it's twice that, you take 2 health conditions. And if it's 3 times that, you go down 3, etc. Every time you're struck, if you're just hit once, then you're stunned and you lose your turn for the rest of that round. If you're hit twice and you're wounded, then you actually are dropped down prone, and you are going to have a -1 for the rest of the combat situation. And you're going to be stunned for the rest of that one single round. So we'll go through this slowly so it's not so confusing and stuff. But so you did 19 damage. Let me roll strength for these guys. Oh, man. So you, as it flew down at you, you just whipped your pistol out, shot it in the face, and it just drops to the ground, immediately dead. The other one latches on to Dio. I'm not Dio. I'm saying that because that was your, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, it's Dio.
I think it is Dio. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
It latches onto Dio. He only has a 1 strength. Oof. And it did, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Dio just like falls back on his back, wheels sort of spinning down. He's screaming out, "Woo!" as this thing just latches onto him. You see little sparks sort of coming out from between the dome and the face of this creature as it just starts sucking onto his body, sort of freaking out. So for the other 2 individuals, Melkor, it's really hard to see because there's shadows being cast by all the lanterns and stuff. It's really dark. You hear this stuff happening in front of you, and you can kind of spy until that blaster bolt goes off, sort of creates this massive flash of light that dims immediately. You see and hear something thud onto the ground. You're not sure what it is at this point. And I mean, if you guys want, you can give me a knowledge alien races check to tell if these are Minox, if that's even important to you or not. It's a DC 10 to figure it out. But you know Dio's in trouble, and you know that the person in front of you immediately is not. So what are you two going to try to do while all that's what's going on?
Well, I'm not going to pull out my blaster because I can't really see shit, but I got my vibroblade tucked in my pants, so I'm going to walk up, see if I can slash whatever the hell is attacking Dio.
Okay, so you're gonna like squeeze by Sanna. You sort of like look down at Dio, and you're just going to try to just stab the thing.
Pretty much. Well, not stab it, slash it, because I mean it's a vibroblade. It's gonna easily go through the Minoc into the droid.
Okay, so you're slashing out at it. Give me an attack, melee attack roll, which is under what is that roll?
Dexterity.
Dexterity. Thank you.
So got a 12.
All right, so I mean, it was point blank, so you would have needed a 5 to hit it. Give me some damage.
13.
Well, actually, the thing itself shows you what the difficulty is. The dagger, the vibro blade. So it's a 15 difficulty.
15.
So, and you rolled a what?
13.
Ooh, yeah. So you slash down at it, but something sparks right off of the ceiling. The sort of wires hanging down throws you off, and you just sort of scrape down onto the ground with your vibro blade. For some reason, it just stunned you and sort of scared you for a moment. Trey, what are you going to do? You're muted, by the
You're
way.
muted.
I have a house full of children, so I was trying to be respectful. Sorry. I can't remember, what does control give him for his force abilities? I can't get the thing to pull up, so I was trying to remember what it would allow me to do.
Right. So control is about controlling your own
Body.
sense. Yeah. So if you get wounded, you can ignore the wound with a successful ability. There are some other ones. For example, let me find them really quick.
So force push is not a viable option at this point.
Not for sense. No,
Okay.
you would need control for that.
I have control. I have a 1D in control,
sorry.
but I don't have sense or alter.
Yeah, it would be alter. That's my bad.
Alter. Okay.
So you have hibernating trance, remaining conscious, controlling pain, accelerating healing, contort and escape, detoxify poison.
Okay.
Stuff
So
like
I did roll for a knowledge on alien races and got 11.
Okay, so yeah, you know these are Minox. You know they drain energy, and that's really all they're trying to do. They're not that dangerous, but it is a problem because someone just let off a blaster bolt, alerting other people in this area where you are.
So I think Trey will run forward and, like, seeing that this is a Minoc, try to, like, just grab it, like, by the tail and just yank it off of Dio.
Okay. Give me a brawling check.
The brawling parry.
No, it should just be.
It's under strength.
Oh, under strength. Brawling. Okay. 6.
Okay, so you like grab it. You're trying to rip it off, so it's going to be a contested strength roll. So go ahead and roll your strength. As you pull it away, it starts freaking out and slapping its wings, doing everything you can. You're just trying to hold on to this thing as it's squealing, just making all these crazy squirming sounds. And it's loud, and it's starting to echo. And you guys are hyper aware at this point, like, oh, wait, we were trying to evade people, and now we're telling them exactly where we are. So
do I have enough control over this thing to try to, like, slam it into the wall?
So that's a different action.
Okay.
And if you want to try to do that in this segment, that's fine, but that's going to be the third action you do. So you're going to have a -2 die to your effectiveness.
No, I guess I'll just hold on because, like, I think my strength, which I'm sure this is going to be, is only a 2 die anyway. So
Right.
I think he's just tried to pull it off, and that's about as far as he's going to go.
Okay. So the next round, I need everyone to declare what they're going to do. The Minoc that's in your hands is going to try to break out of your hands. So what's your plan, Sanna?
Gonna tend to the droid, see if I can pick it up. He's our way out of here.
Okay. And Melkor, what are you going to do?
Vibroblade's still in my hand, and Trey and I have a little bit of a rapport, so I know about how he's going to handle it. So I'm going to slice that son of a bitch's head off.
Nice. And Trey, what are you doing?
Knowing that this is what Melkor is likely going to do, like he's going to try to reposition the Mynock right in front of him so he gets a clean stab at it.
Oh my god, it's going to be like we're fighting with lightsabers, but yours is a Mynock, mine's a vibroblade.
Don't
That's
say
exactly
you're gonna
like fighting with a
you're gonna-
lightsaber.
trigger Trey. He had to leave his lightsaber at home for this. He's not happy about it. Don't start that shit.
That's hilarious. Okay. So we're gonna start with Sanna. You see him rip the Mynock off, and he's doing his best to try to keep control of it. It's sort of throwing him around the little space here. You move over to the droid, and you can easily lift it up, but it still seems like it's sort of out of sorts. There's a couple little sparks flying off of its dome. Its head is sort of spinning around a little bit. It just seems dazed in the moment. It's just, bless you.
Hey, buddy.
It's just
Very dusty in this mine.
Melkor.
All right, buddy.
Actually, Trey, give me a post strength check to see if you can still hold on to this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fighting you, but you're doing your best to hold it steady. Melkor, you're up.
All right.
So
So
you are going to have to get a 15 to cut into this thing with that.
Motherfucker.
That's just
right.
the difficulty of the blade.
All right. Come on. I got a good feeling about this.
Now stop moving.
Fucking Christ. All I'm going to do is get 13,
Hold him
I guess.
still.
I'm
It's
trying.
like flailing
Cut
around.
its ear off, and that's it.
You're doing your best, but unfortunately it's just not good enough. You guys are starting to hear, I think they're over here. I can hear some struggle. Like a blaster was let off. And just from the far distance echoing, you hear footfalls.
Oh sure, I can't throw smoke grenades. She can blast shit.
Like, can someone help me with this thing? All right, so
Stop
top of
playing
the
with the
round.
animal. Just let it go. Let's go.
Would I know enough about Mynox to have any insight on what it would do if I just let it go? At this
No,
point?
you know what they are, but this is a
Okay.
caged animal at this point. You know, you're sort of
Right.
backed it into a corner, and usually animals fight in that sort of situation. But this is when you hear a squeaking coming from the ceiling, and you turn your head looking up, and there's another one that just starts moving in. So at the top of this round, the second or the third one is going to be moving in to try to wrap its mouth on the back of your head. As you're holding the other Mynock, sort of defending its Mynock friend, as it were. So I need to know whether or not you're going to try to dodge while holding this creature.
I think I would try to dodge and like let it go, and maybe pull out my blaster and try to shoot it. Like apparently they know where we're at, and holding it and stabbing it is not working. So.
Right. So you're going to try to shoot the one coming at you, or the one you're letting go?
I guess the one I'm letting go because it's closer. I'm hoping it's a little easier to hit.
Okay. So there's two different actions that it sounds like you're doing. First is letting it go and pulling your blaster. Pulling any blaster out of a holster takes
Is an action.
an action. And so
Okay.
that's going to be the totality. If you're also going to try to dodge from this thing, that's going to be another action as it's trying to attack you. And then if you're going to try to shoot it, that's another action. So you would have a -2 die on all of your
Maybe he just
Options.
lets it go then and like pulls out his blaster and waits to see where things are going to end up to shoot at it.
Okay. So let's resolve that really quick before we get everyone else going. So Melkor, what's your plan?
I'm pulling out the blaster. I didn't want to, but I fucking suck with a vibroblade.
Apparently, it's been a couple years. And what are you going to do with the blaster? Are you going to fire it at one of these?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the one that's closest. So the one that just
So
got
he's
released.
going to be let go.
Mhm.
Okay, so that just means you have a -1 die to your blaster attack roll. And Sanna, what were you doing?
Shoot at the other one. The third
So the
one
one
that's
that's
coming
coming
down.
in?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have any negative modifiers for yours because you already have it out and ready to go. So I'm gonna, well, since you already have yours out and it's ready, let's have you go first. It's not going to try to
Alright.
dodge because it's not focusing at you. So just go ahead and give me an attack roll. It's at point blank range, so it's basically 5 that you're
15.
gonna have to hit. You hit it. Give me some damage. Whoa.
And it was 4d6.
Yeah.
11.
All right, you blast it before it can even get to Trey. It smacks up against the far wall and just slides down as sparks just sort of go off from the portion of the wall that it struck. This other one is like freaking out and flailing. Now it's your turn, Trey. You had planned on turning around and shooting, or turning around and seeing what was going to happen. So you let go, pull out your blaster, turn around, and you just see it hit the wall and slide down, looking over at your friend Sanna, who is quite capable of helping you and protecting you.
Are you boys done playing with these things? Let's go.
The one that was let go, Melkor, you have your chance to shoot at it if you want. Just remember it's a -1 to your melee attack.
Well, melee attack.
Your blaster attack, sorry.
All right.
Blaster.
Now, am I... Oh, wait, no, that's damage. Okay. All right, so that's 11 then, I guess.
Oh, no, it's a -1 die.
Oh, -1 die. So...
Yeah, so just go ahead and... let's see,
Just
does
roll a
it... If we
D6.
hover it, we can see... You can just drop off the last dice if you hover over it. So it'd be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total instead of the 12 total, because the last one was a 1.
So it's still 11. You
Wait,
mapped
where
just
am I
fine.
Yeah.
hovering over for that?
Over
Oh,
the
12,
12,
the number
and
itself.
the thing, yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, 11.
So you
Then-
blast it at point blank range. You hit it. Let me get a strength roll to see how well it can absorb it. You did 10 damage from that? Yeah, so you smoke it. It just drops down to the ground, lets out a little... You see just a tiny little trail of smoke go up from its corpse. And you guys are out of initiative now.
Real quick, while I'm thinking about how many shots do we get per blaster pack?
You're not sure. The blaster packs themselves don't have like a LED indicator, so you're just hoping they're going to hold up. But that's why you have the extra ones, just in case it
Okay.
runs out.
Gotcha,
Just so you guys know, reloading in the middle, and I'll let you know when these fall out. Reloading takes an action, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so Dio is up. He's like slowly wobbling back and forth on his 2 legs. His third retractable wheel goes out, and he starts heading down this tunnel.
All right.
He
Let's go.
gets
Let's
to
go.
this sort of back and forth, and it's sort of whistling a bunch of information. Now, you guys know that you're trying to get to a cavern on the level below. As you entered this mine, you had noticed there was 2 repulsor lifts as you're entering on the right-hand side, but you also heard stormtroopers coming in, so you're not sure if they're going to be covered or not, and you certainly don't know of any other way to get to the lower level than the repulsor lifts themselves. So you're kind of hoping that Dio is doing his job and knows exactly where he's going. He starts swerving back this way, and it does intuitively feel like you're going back to that main entrance tunnel. You see a sort of spin off here, which he ignores. He continues running down the tunnel. And let me just tell you. Sorry, I just moved past it here. So the tunnel you're in opens into the side of the main tunnel. 4 magnetic rail tracks that once guided repulsor lift or cars run down the length of the main tunnel. Despite the pipes and cables on its walls, the main tunnel appears big enough to fly a shuttle through. Suddenly, a huge blaster bolt flies by. The stormtroopers have set up some kind of blaster cannon near the entrance of the mine, right in front of the elevators. And as soon as Dio gets out there and that blaster bolt strikes the wall next to him, he immediately spins around, runs back, and just like shaking. Ooh, ooh, freaked out. What do you guys say, do, think?
I mean, yeah, I'm fucking running too. Fuck that. I don't want to get hit with a cannon.
Yeah,
oh shit, what the hell was her
Sanna.
Sanna, she already fucking bounced.
Oh shit, she did. I didn't notice.
She'll be back in a second.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, she was way ahead of everybody else. She sensed it before even the damn thing
It's
went
like,
off.
I
So
can
she's like,
feel the blaster danger. Dio immediately turns around and starts moving back the other way. For the sake of everyone watching, I want to show you guys what the players are seeing here, just to give a little bit of perspective. So dark gray areas, not the black areas, are where they've been and what they know exists. The light areas are literally all they can see. So they're moving through this really, really dark mine corridor and have no idea what's before and behind them. So as you guys are sort of watching my view as I'm projecting it, know that they see infinitely less. Okay, so Dio moves up here, sort of looks... Oh, dang it, I moved out of the wall there. But sort of moves into here, and you see just rubble blocking this mini passageway here. So he comes down to this second passageway and begins spinning down here. Did Dayna say when she was going to be back?
Yeah, it should be back in a second.
Okay.
So I think as we're running through this thing, Trey's just kind of grumbling and complaining behind Melkor. He's like, "These guys are not organized. They don't know what they're doing. Why are this? They can't even pick us up. This bullshit." And then you said I had to leave my other stuff at home, and then you snuck in that stupid blade. You told me I couldn't bring any of that stuff. So he's just like,
but it doesn't put off as much of an energy signature. Like, that shit's easy to hide. Like, they didn't find it when we went through security and shit.
yeah, but
Like, besides, look, I'm in uniform. What are they? They're not going to give a shit. You look like a schlub.
they
And
just
fucking
shot at you.
You're like,
dumb.
oh, what's this dildo can in his pocket? Oh, it's a lightsaber. Oh, we should probably off him. Friggin'
I
turd.
lightsaber
Boys,
was taking care of those
hey,
Minox.
focus. We got to get out of here. Stop bickering
All
like an
right,
old
fine,
married
go.
couple.
For the first time in decades, ancient speakers throughout the tunnel crackle to life. Just a grim, heartless voice announces, "Attention, rebels! This is ISB Officer Ma Berez. I hold Imperial warrants charging you with treason. Give yourselves up now, and the law of the Empire will go easy on you. Resist, and we will hunt you down like womp rats." A loud crackle follows, then the mine falls silent once again.
That's a womp rat.
It's only
space
about
rat.
2 meters. It's a little bitty guy.
Trey turns to Melkor and he's like, "So how's that uniform working out for you now?"
Dio turns and
I
looks
got
at you
one
all.
of these turds, don't I?
Do you know this ISB guy?
I mean, I'm
No. Okay, fine. Let's Dio. Where are we going? You keep running around in circles.
So, it sort of turns and faces the other way and starts moving up this tunnel.
Fine, let's go.
Follow the droid.
A low,
What other
terrifying
first do we
rumble.
have?
A low, terrifying rumble resounds from the rock all around you. Pebbles and stones fall from the ceiling, showering the tunnel. Dio whoops a warning and gives an instant later Formex and plasteel supports give way, cracking and groaning. The tunnel is collapsing in. As cables and pipes tear apart, sizzling and spewing steam, tons of rock and dirt cascade down, quickly filling the tunnel. Now, this only is lasting for a few seconds, but you guys have to try to survive this, so I need some moderate dexterity checks to keep from being crushed by this falling cave-in. And I need to know, are you trying to run and dodge in front of you or behind you?
I think behind. Trey's gonna move forward. Behind seems like a bad idea with blaster cannons and ISB agents. So Trey is like moving forward. He's like he may lapse the droid. He's just like, nope, gotta go.
All right, and what about Sanna and Melkor? Where are you guys going to try to dodge?
Same, I'm jumping forward.
Same. Gonna go forward. Is there just this tunnel is collapsing, or is it collapsing into the tunnel below us?
It seems like this tunnel is collapsing on itself.
Okay.
It's coming in on itself. All right, so dexterity check for Dio, which he only has a 1. So he rolls a 3. He fails. You see dirt and debris falling down on him. He sort of collapses down. Sanna, you want to give me a dexterity check? You're trying to beat a 15. Oh, no! Oh, no, Melkor! Melkor's down! And what about Trey? Oh, no!
At least we're gonna die together.
Thank you for
kids.
playing.
Yeah, that was a
Right.
quick
Next
game
time. No. Jeez.
I thought Rock's Fall Everybody Dies was a different TTRPG system. Anyway,
So everyone's standing. You only have a second to run or try to be buried alive. You try to reach a clear section. Unfortunately, you are knocked unconscious by falling boulders as they bury you in the falling debris. You each take 3d of damage. So in this particular case, it is a potential of 12 damage. So give me a strength check, Sanna, and let's see how badly that affects you. Ow! Well, you don't take any physical damage, and you're actually under the rubble, but you're conscious. Melkor, how about you? Strength check.
12 as well.
Exact same situation. You're just like, I'm alive! I'm alive! Trey? Oh, no.
Trey is napping.
Trey is
Apparently.
stunned, so you're just sort of shocked, of course, from being piled on the rubble. You're
Yes.
starting to realize that you're claustrophobic. You never really knew that before. He's like, oh no, I can't get out. And you guys don't hear anything from the droid at all.
Great.
So,
Melkor!
I'm coming. Damn it.
so trying to break yourselves out of this is going to be a bit of a difficult situation because you're underneath it. I'm going to need some strength checks. So let's start with Sanna, since you're conscious.
All right.
So you're doing your best to sort of move boulders around, and you just feel sort of contained and crushed. You hear some clattering of debris and wires moving around, but it's just not enough for you to bust out of it. Melkor? Oh yeah, you're trying your best to flex, but everything that Sanna was moving is like piling back on top of you.
That's my luck.
Trey is stunned, so he can't do anything for this particular round. The next round, the droid is starting. You hear like the whirring of his servo meters and his domed head sort of moving around, and he starts freaking out, just
Dio! Shh, shh.
like losing his little mind. You guys don't hear anything except for just this sort of contained, rock sound that you guys are all underneath as it's still crumbling and the metal plates are sort of scraping against floorboards and stuff like that. Let's try it again. Let's get more strength checks. So, Sanna, you want to see what you got?
Good.
All right, so you're starting to break out. You got your hand in air and you're like sort of pulling yourself up and out, pushing debris off of you. What about you, Melkor?
Oh, hey. 9.
It's not going as well, but you are starting to break through. Trey, you're now conscious. What do you plan on doing?
Having a small panic attack, and then
That is an action.
Always helpful.
I guess he's gonna try to push his way up and out through whatever this rubble is.
Give me a strength check, please. You're having about as much success as Melkor is. It's going to take about 15 rounds, so about a full minute, for you guys to finally break out of this thing. But you're like standing up, just like smoke is like sort of filling everywhere. You've got this weird ozone taste in the air, and there's still sparks coming off every once in a while. And Dio is just completely, now standing upright after you guys uncovered him, and he's just like shaking back and forth from left to right, not wanting to move at all, just terrified.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside. Damn rocks.
So what's you guys' plan?
I'm getting the hell out of this tunnel before it keeps collapsing.
What direction are you gonna
Well, I mean, we're in the middle of the tunnel.
Away
so
from the
it's
collapsing?
forward.
I mean, you can try to trace your steps back around or try to move forward. You're not sure if the tunnel itself is stable or if it's going to continue collapsing down. You guys
I
just
mean, I'm
uncovered
the
yourself
eternal
at this point.
optimist, I guess, so I'm just going to keep going forward.
Okay. So as you
Just a
move
little bit more
forward, Dio
cautious.
is hanging back. He's
Yeah, keep going
kind of
forward.
freaked out. He's not sure he wants to go.
Okay, I'll go back to the droid. Pat him on his head. It's okay, little buddy. Let's go. We gotta get us to that shuttle. We gotta get out of here.
Trey's just trying to keep up with Melkor at this point. He's like, "No, wait, don't leave me here."
Just one hand on his. Your torch just sputters and dies out. The one you got from the crates, but there are extras, so you can light
Same.
another one.
Guess I'll crack one open this time.
Okay. Dio starts moving forward and starts like bumping into you, telling you to sort of get out of his way so he can lead you out of this pit of death, mine of doom.
Cheeky little droid.
It sort of takes control moves up into this area right here, and immediately you guys hear coming from the northern side or the northeastern side, "Rebels, blast them!" And you see sort of blast scorch marks flash as they sort of hit the wall of the cavern, and up to the north of you up here, you actually see stormtroopers duck back around the corner. Give me 1 second to show. There was a total of 3 of them. Token layer. As they're moving back. Oh my gosh. I'm on the wrong layer. As they're moving back around this corner, you guys can barely see down there. I'm like messing this up because my lighting's all sort of wacky. So you see a stray shot hit into the wall near you guys. I need a dexterity roll of 15 or better to see if any of you can get off a shot before the last one jumps around the corner. Does anyone want to give it a go?
Just a straight dex.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. Trey's still a little stunned trying to figure this out.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are just sort of shocked, and so you're not sure how to react yet. But we're back in initiative. You know there's 3 stormtroopers up that way. What's your plan? So the stormtroopers are definitely going to be coming out and trying to shoot. So one of them is going to try to shoot Dio. The other one's going to try to shoot Sanna because it was that marching order. You're not sure what the other one's going to do because you can't see any of them really, but that's what you're assuming is going to happen. So I need to know if you're going to want to try to dodge if this thing attacks you, Sanna. If the stormtrooper.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump back around the corner.
Okay, so you're going to move back around the corner. So movement is an action. Are you going to try to fire back at all?
Yeah.
Okay,
Try to
so that's
fire back.
3 total actions that you're going to be doing. You're going to be moving, which is the first segment, and then you're going to be trying to dodge, which is a reaction to his first segment, and then you're going to be trying to fire. So that's going to be a -2 die to all of your...
The movement, though, is the dodge, I guess?
Well, it's not a run. No,
I mean,
the way this works is...
moving out of the way of the blaster.
Yeah, moving is an action, is my point in this. So the dodge itself is a little bit different because you're going to have cover from moving as he fires it, but he's firing while you're moving. So if you're going to try to dodge the blaster while you're moving, I know intuitively in our heads it seems like that would be the dodge, but you would stay in the same position if you're just going to dodge. You wouldn't actually be moving out of the way. You just duck or something. So just know that's three segments. The first segment is going to be your move, and he's going to be firing at you. What are you going to do, Melkor, now that you see there's troopers down there?
So have they already started blasting?
No, this is declaration phase. So we say what we're going to
Okay.
do, and then we do it and see what the outcome.
Damn it. I mean, I'll probably just drop to the ground trying to dodge it and, clip off a quick shot at him.
Okay. So as long as you're not in point blank range, you being prone, like flat on the ground, doesn't take any action. Getting up takes an action, but you also get a +5 to your defense. So it makes it harder to hit you because you're up flat on the ground. The same thing with going around a corner, having some form of cover gives you a +5 to your defense. So you're going to drop down to the ground, and did you say you're going to try to fire or just...
Yeah. As soon as somebody blasts and I can see where it came from, I'm shooting back.
Okay, and Trey, what's your plan?
I guess I need to know first, Sanna, where did you put the grenades you're carrying? She doesn't even want to answer the question. Trey will just drop to the ground and try to shoot as well.
They're in a bandolier, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
it would
Trey will
be-
just... I mean, how quickly...
I guess probably I'd use it as a belt. So it's probably around my waist.
I think for now, Trey will just try to drop to the ground and shoot as well. He'll kind of follow Melkor's lead.
Okay. So you see instantly Sanna is moving, and then this stormtrooper turns around and blasts. So we have to resolve the blast and the dodge from the blast. So go ahead and give me a dodge roll.
And so is that -1, or is that just the straight dodge roll?
This is a -1. Sorry, -1 die. this thing out of here so I can.
So
I
that's
can try to
7
blast.
plus 1, so that's 8.
So that adds to his difficulty modifier in order to try to hit you. So right now, with the blaster pistol, the range is up to 10 meters, which is basically 30 feet. So you guys are within that. So he would have to. Well, where's the difficulty modifiers? For short range is 10 plus 11. That's 20. Oh, that was Entman. What did you roll in? 17? No, that was them.
I rolled an 8.
An 8. So he has to break an 18. He got a 17. So you dodge out of the way. You get behind the wall, and you said you were going to be firing back?
Yeah, I'll fire back.
So you that's going to be the second segment, so we're going to do that after their first segment happens. So you guys drop to the ground. Melkor, give me a blaster shot. Before you roll the attack, he is going to try to dodge out of the way from you as you fire.
Okay, I got a 13.
All right, so his dodge. Come on, where is it? Stormtrooper. Is 3D, that's a 6, so you would get so you need 16 to hit him, and you got a 13. So he dodged out of the way. The blaster went down the hallway, just sort of illuminating the metal walls briefly. Trey, you want to give it a shot as well on this first part of the segment?
Just
So if you
blaster
dodge
shot,
once
right?
during one round, that single dodge counts for all attacks against that individual, just so you know. So what was your question?
Just the blaster roll, right?
Yeah. So you're going to need a 16 to hit him. And
Hey.
there you go. So give me a
Nice.
blaster damage. I'm going to find out what his strength roll as a reaction is.
Big old 12.
Nice. Let's see. On his strength roll, he got 11. So he takes one condition. Let me mark this down. He's stunned for the rest of this round. So when you fire at him, he's stunned, and so he can't dodge you. So really, you just have to get a 10 to hit him, Sanna, on the second segment of the turn.
8.
Oh, you needed a 10.
No.
So you see it just go wide, and then for round 2, you hear troopers coming up behind you.
Okay.
2 of them start. I gotta go to the GM layer and uncover them. 2 of them round this corner. So you're kind of fenced in here, caught between 3 different troopers. 1 at the far end, 2 behind you. Let's do our declaration phase. So the stormtrooper in front of you is going to try to fire at Sanna, who has cover. The 2 behind you are going to try to fire at the 2 prone people on the ground with their asses facing him. 1 for each of them. So for you 2 on the ground, what's your plan for this encounter?
Do we hear these guys running up behind us?
Yeah. So if they get to point blank range, you're not going to have any real defense of trying to get away from them, and your being prone is actually going to be a hindrance because they're just standing over you.
I'm going to try to run into the alcove where Sanna is.
So for a movement as you're prone, you can move 2 meters. So that'll allow you to sort of drag your feet around this corner.
Okay.
Are you going to try to fire at any of them or just get cover?
No, I'm definitely going to try to fire back as well. See if we can at least get them to push back a little.
So just know that it's going to be a -1 die after you've moved. And that's going to be the second segment that you're going to be firing in. The first segment's going to be moving. Trey, what's your plan?
Probably the same. Like I'll try to pull myself around the corner and fire back.
Okay. Just know you have that -1 die. And Sanna, what are you going to do? So you have cover right now.
Yeah. I'll cover the 2 boys. I'll shoot while they're moving. And then once they're behind the corner, then I'll move.
Are you going to shoot at the one at the far end or the 2 behind?
I'll shoot at the one at the far end.
Okay. And then what did you say you were going to do after that?
Once they're like down the corridor a little bit, then I'll run after. I'll go down the corridor.
Okay, they're literally like low crawling into this. They're not standing at all. So
Combat roll. We're combat rolling into the.
You're shouting parkour
Anyway.
for some reason.
Hell yeah.
So the trooper is
Also, Trey, you have smoke bombs.
You guys told me I couldn't
it's
throw
already
any grenades.
declared what we're
Yeah,
gonna be doing, so you
because
have
we
to do
didn't
that
want to
next
give away our
time.
position.
Okay, so the stormtrooper fires off at Sanna on cover. Sanna, you are laying down covering fire, so it's contested firing. Whoever hits cancels out the other person. Did you say you were going to dodge if he hits you, or if he attacks you?
I did not. No.
Okay, so you both fire. So go ahead and give me your blaster shot here. Let me find his.
19.
And he got a 13. So you get your shot off first. With a 19, you definitely would hit him easily. So let me see his strength. Is it 12? What's your damage?
13.
Hey.
Okay, so he takes another condition. He was stunned that first time. Now he's wounded. You see him sort of hit the back wall and sort of slide down a minute. Sort of going prone, just and the other trooper's like, "Give up! Put your weapons down! You're gonna die if you don't." At that same second, the two of you move your feet into the little alcove for some cover. These two stormtroopers fire at you on that first segment. Did you say you wanted to try to dodge before I roll damage? Or roll to a hit, I mean?
I mean, I think he's just trying to get out of the way. I'm not sure. I don't necessarily trying to dodge. He's just trying to get into the hallway.
Okay, so then the one attacks at you. It got a 13, so it definitely hit. I need you to give me a strength roll, and I'm going to see what... Oh, wait, that was damage. That wasn't to hit. Sorry, give me a second. A 9. So, no, it didn't hit you at all. You have cover. So it hit the wall that you sort of slid behind. The second is going to do the exact same to you. Are you going to try to dodge? Melkor?
I mean, no more than just the moving into the alcove.
Okay. He doesn't hit you, so it hits the wall as well. Now, you guys are sort of pinned in on these two sides. The droid was ignored because the other ones ended up moving around you guys. Apparently, there's some other tunnel at work that you're not aware of. And so he is like moving and like bumping into you guys that are on the ground, blocking his way, trying to get past you into the alcove there. All right, so for this third round, they're going to try to keep you pinned down, and this trooper is going to move closer. And whoa, stop. He's going to move. Actually, he has to stand up. So yeah, I mean, he was stunned for that last round. So he's gonna stand up and just start laying down some fire. He's kind of pissed off. These other two are going to do the exact same thing. You guys have a +5 to your defense, so it's not going to be easy for them to hit you, but that's their job, and they're going to try it. What are you going to try to do, Sanna?
Let's run down the hall.
Back the way you came?
Back the way we came.
Okay. So
to-
in a movement, it's basically like 30
right
feet.
there.
Yeah. So each of these squares you see is approximately 20 meters. You can move 20 meters on a turn if you just want to just get out of dodge. You know, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. I think it's 10 meters. It's 5 meters to walk and it's 10 meters to run. So you can move 10 meters if you want to move down the hall, which would take you, right about here.
I do.
Okay. You really don't have to worry about dodging because as you move, he's going to have that -5 to hit. But if you want to dodge, just let me know.
Okay.
So did you want to dodge?
No.
Okay.
just
Melkor, what's
running.
your plan?
I see Sanna and the droid moving back, so I'm going to lay down some cover fire. I think I'm going to go after the one that's already been hit because I know he's going to have a little bit worse reflexes.
Yeah. Okay. He is going to try to dodge you as you fire at him. Trey, what are you going to do?
At the behest of the adults in the room, he's gonna pull out a smoke grenade. Would it be more than one action to pull out two and totally Rambo style, like pull the pins and throw one each way?
Yeah, so pulling out one is one action, pulling out another is 2 actions, throwing one is the 3rd action, and throwing the second is the 4th action.
All right. Well, he'll just pull and drop one, just kind of right where they're at there in that intersection, and hopefully the smoke will kind of dissipate.
You're just
it.
trying to put it at this intersection point?
Yeah, so
Okay.
that we can just to kind of cover our retreat.
Right. Okay, so let's start at the top. Sanna, you can move. He's firing off at you, trying to get you as you're moving. Let's see. He's got a -5, so that's going to be 20 at this point. Which he does not hit you. He just sears a little bit of scorch mark on the wall briefly. These other two are going to be firing down. You're laying down fire, Melkor, so one is still going to be trying to hit you. Trey, the other one was already trying to hit you, so he's going to attack. Are you two going to try to dodge?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
dodge.
If the goal is to run away at this point,
Right, not
then
be
yeah.
not be hit. So the one that fires at you, Melkor, hits the wall. The one that fires at you, Trey, does the same, and they're sort of as effective as you would imagine from the films with these blasters. The second turn, the second segment, you can fire back now, Melkor.
Okay.
So go ahead. He said he was going to be dodging.
15.
And his dodge is a 8. So you would have had to get 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23 to hit him. You did not. He moved out of the way. Trey, go ahead and drop your smoke grenade.
He pulls out a smoke grenade and drops it, and then what was the name of our contact? Tyree. He's like, Tyree isn't doing a damn thing to keep these guys off of us, as he drops the smoke grenade and starts to retreat back down the hall.
So you drop the smoke grenade. It rolls, let's see, right back toward you guys. As you sort of drop it, it just sort of spins back into the hallway from you, and it goes how many meters in? 9 meters toward you guys. So it actually rolls right past you. It's like, what? And then the entire hallway is completely obscured by smoke, and you're coughing, and just like, well played, sir. Good job. All right, so at the top of this round, what are you guys going to do? You're pretty sure these troopers are going to continue pressing you, and the longer you stay in this hallways, they're going to be clearly trying to, other troopers are going to be trying to find you as well. You don't want to get boxed in. What do you think? You can hardly see each other. I mean, this is complete smoke grenade here.
Melkor, Trey, let's go. We're playing
Yeah,
with the stormtroopers.
Might as well catch up.
Back to the entrance.
I'm gonna keep running.
So you're going to keep
Down
going the
to
same
the-
direction that you were going?
Yeah.
Because this turnoff was obviously
the
the
collapsed
rubble
one.
collapsed tunnel.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so the droid is going to be going back the same way eventually. You guys are going to make it, basically to that intersection on your turn if that's what you're going to do. And for the two prone gentlemen, you have to stand up first as the first segment, and then you can move down the hall if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
I was already at that intersection, right? So I'd be all the
Well,
way
you'd
up
only
to the next
moved
intersection.
halfway because these are 20
Okay.
feet, and you can only move 10 in a turn.
Got it.
So it'll get you to that intersection.
Okay.
So you, the first segment, they're going to be moving to that intersection, and they're going to try to fire into that smoke, hoping that they can hit you guys. They just see smoke billowing out into the hall from where you guys are. Let's see. So the first segment, you move, and they move. They can't clearly get all the way to you, but that was their plan. The second segment, no one was like firing back or anything, but you two had stood up and then you moved with them. Is that what your plan was?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're back at the top of the round. Are you? I'm assuming you're going to continue going around the corner. Are you guys going to try to avoid them, or are you going to try to get in a better advantage to hit them?
I'm trying to get in a better advantage to hit them because they're just going to keep pressing.
I think we just try to outrun them. We need to get to a ship.
Trey's trying to do both. He's like, if we get them far enough down the hall, we can throw a regular grenade and maybe take them all out, and then the tunnel will finish it. Then we can go back the way we came. That's what's in Trey's head.
Well, ultimately,
little
I'm just doing cover
person.
fire. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody else, like, I'm backing up as everybody's backing up, but I'm staying in between you guys and the troopers.
Well, the hall is filled with smoke, so they can't really.
So it fills a 10-foot area.
So we're
So
kind
it's
of running
about
through the
that.
smoke.
You guys are exiting the smoke at this point on this turn. Well, no, you've
I
already
say we
exited.
keep running. Also, little child, let's maybe not throw concussive grenades in a tunnel that's already collapsing.
Or actually throw it. Don't just drop it.
Okay, I don't have a good throwing arm. I'm sorry.
Tennis
That
elbow, man.
My Jedi Master never played catch with me in the yard. I don't know what to tell you.
So messed up. Okay, so for this next coming round, they're clearly going to continue trying to get at you. You guys are going to continue moving back the same way, and that's what you're going to do for the whole round?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So you guys get to the other side of this tunnel as you're sort of moving away. For the second segment, Melkor, you said you're going to be providing cover fire if you see them. Do you want to try to take a shot through the smoke, or do you just want to wait till they come through the smoke?
No, I'll just go ahead and blast. Like I can hear them on the other side of it. Just of course can't see them. So
It's just going to give a +5, so you're going to need a 15 to hit, and they can't see to anticipate a dodge, so they're not going to.
Damn it!
So it just goes a little high. You hit the edge of the tunnel. They're like, they're firing at us. They're firing. They're still down there. All right, contact commander. Let's go. I don't know why I'm doing this because it doesn't really change anything.
It looks cool.
Good. I was concerned. It didn't look cool doing it. All right, so this next round, what you guys just gonna keep going? So what is the plan? Dio he's following you guys. He doesn't really know where to go from here, because you guys are in active combat, and his concern is that he's behind Sanna, so he can't pass her, and two, that he doesn't want to go to the main entrance. He's trying to go the way that you guys were heading originally. So he is kind of like using a little extender arm and like grabbing at your pant leg, Sanna, sort of like trying to get you to turn around and go the other way.
I know, but there are stormtroopers that way.
Okay, so you're going to continue going around this
Where
corner.
else can we go, Dio? Where else can we go? We can't go back that way.
So you move down this hall. Are you going to continue laying down cover fire, Melkor?
Yeah.
And Trey, what are you doing?
Is there... Trey's considering, like, how does hiding work in this game?
Well, if they can't see you, then they don't know where you are. There's no like sneak attack, if that's what you're inferring.
No, I think what Trey is thinking is, like, if they're all running up this way, like, what if I duck back down into this hall, and then when they pass me, I can catch them in a crossfire with Melkor. That way we're coming out on both sides, especially if the droid's wanting us to continue.
I mean, they clearly can't see you right now, so if you want to go down that tunnel, you can. Remember, it is collapsed, so you won't be able to get very far into it.
That's true. So no, I guess he's just going to follow back, and if he sees Melkor firing back, then, returning fire, he'll do the same.
Okay, so your first segment, you're going to be moving. The second one, you're going to be firing. Their first segment, they enter into the smoke, and he moves down. He can't get to you guys yet, and they're just going to blindly fire out. Actually, no, I didn't state it, so they're not going to do that this turn. Go ahead and give me a firing at him. You're going to need a 15 to hit him, both of you, Melkor and Trey.
God damn it. 14 again.
Melkor's trying. So
13.
He's like, we're as good as each other. Just not at all.
Like, Trey's trying to mirror him, so, like, as Melkor, like, gets into position,
Hits
Trey's
the
like,
ceiling. Okay.
trying to mimic him.
Yeah, makes total sense.
Yeah, mimic the guy that can't fucking hit anybody. Smart.
You're supposed to be like this great Imperial officer. He's just following your
I'm
lead.
a goddamn captain. I don't do shit.
Okay, so
Clearly.
Sanna, are you going to do
Clearly.
anything other than round that corner?
Well, so when I round that corner, then I'm going to turn back around and start shooting
Okay.
down the hallway.
Okay, so that'll be the segment 2. The droid is just going to move around the corner and just stand behind you, like get behind you in the tunnel. This first trooper is going to move out of the smoke, and the first people he's going to see is Melkor and Trey, so he's going to fire at Melkor, or this is 2 of them actually. They're going to fire one at Melkor and one at Trey. Are you guys going to try to dodge them?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what are you going to do?
Blast back.
Okay, so you're just going to stay standing there, dodge out of the way, and then blast back.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay, so because you're firing at the same time, ostensibly, we just have to have opposing attacks.
Okay.
So Sanna moves around the corner for the first segment. The droid moves with you. He moves out for the first segment. You actually get to shoot him before he gets to shoot at you because his first segment was moving.
Okay.
Where both of theirs were. It says collapse, so it must be.
That's so that I remember when we come back to it. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm like, that one's collapsed. Don't go there. And then so Trey's also firing back, right?
Yeah. So you both hit. He did not say he was going to dodge, so give me a damage. I'm going to do a strength check on him.
16. Damn it.
18.
So from the 16 was an 11. So he's stunned, so he can't fire back on this turn. The 8 is a stun as well. So they just lose their turn, basically. And then Sanna, you can fire. Now that you've rounded the corner, you look back down. Just
All right.
They're stunned, so
I
they
will
can't dodge or
fire.
anything.
And I get it's a -1,
Correct.
correct, to the dice?
Yep.
Oof. That
5?
was a really bad roll.
Yeah.
6.
6. Yeah, that's not gonna hit them. It just sort of goes off and hits the ceiling. Next round, they're going to stand there and fire back at you two, Trey and Melkor. The other one's going to come into the smoke and try to fire through his two friends at Sanna that is sort of undercover around that corner. Sanna, what are you going to do? What's your plan?
Fire back.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot one of the two I can see.
Oh, okay. And Melkor, are you guys going to stand there and fire again?
Yeah. I'm not quite close enough to the corner to go around it, am I?
If you want to move, you could. Yeah.
Let's see. So, since they're stunned, we're going to be firing first, or they're firing first?
No, they were stunned their last turn, and so they
Okay.
couldn't fire at you. Now this
Okay.
round is a whole new round. We're trying to determine they're going to fire at you for sure.
Okay. So I guess I'll dodge and then fire back.
Okay,
After
so-
they start shooting.
Dodging is a reaction, so then you guys are just
okay.
going to do the
Never mind.
exact same thing as last turn. They're going to fire at the same time as you, and whoever
Okay.
gets the
yeah.
higher roll
Yep. I'm
gets
just
off.
shooting.
Okay. Trey will do the same, dodge, and if it comes up, and fire back.
Okay. So we'll deal with them firing first because this guy is going to be moving here and then firing. So Melkor, go ahead and give me a blaster attack as this one attacks at you. It only got a
14.
7, so it missed you. And you hit him. You get yours shot off first, and 14 does hit him. So give me damage.
14.
Strength is 9. He's stunned for the rest of his turn. And he goes up to a wounded status. The second one fires at you, Trey. Are you firing back?
Yep.
22. Nice. Yeah,
Damn,
he
it's
only
a
got a
good-
9.
it's-
So
It's a good day. I'm learning so much.
Jeez,
From
yeah.
Melkor.
You get the fire off. Give me damage.
14.
14. So that's twice. So he drops. He just hits the ground and drops down unconscious. This one fires off at Sanna. And Sanna, did you say you were firing back at the one of the
Yes.
ones that didn't die yet? The Melkors. So go ahead and roll for that attack.
Yeah, as
he is
Trey
going to try
hits
to
and-
dodge.
So
he-
I was
11.
able to kill that stormtrooper.
the one that you hit, he's out. Yeah,
Mhm.
he's unconscious down.
I look at my blaster. I'm like, so uncivilized. I had to work it in.
So you would need an 18 to hit him because he dodged, and so unfortunately you did not hit him. The one behind is trying to fire at you. It needs a 15, a 20 to hit you. I don't think he can do that with his. No, no.
Close. Really close.
Almost got.
Almost.
Stick another
Almost.
So there's only 2 stormtroopers left. One is in smoke. The other one is visible to everyone. There's 3 of you. What do you want to do, Sanna, for this turn?
Fire at the one I can see again.
Okay, so they're going to be staying where he is. This one behind is going to move up and fire from outside of the smoke zone. The one standing is going to fire at Melkor. So Melkor, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna blast him.
And then Trey, what are you going to do?
More pew pew.
All right. So let's just go ahead and start from the top. This one's going to fire at Melkor. So Melkor, fire back, and we'll see who gets a bigger roll.
Oh, damn it.
So it gets it off first. An 11 does hit you. You take 16. Roll your strength, please.
Big bucks, no Emmys.
Oh my gosh, that's 3 times.
Jesus Christ.
So you drop down. So stun, wounded, incapacitated. So you're unconscious. You're laying on the ground, bleeding out.
Oh, damn.
He's like, I successfully killed you. Yes. Sanna, go ahead and get your shot off at him. You need a 10 to hit him. The one behind moves up to occupy the same space as that guy. Fires off at Sanna. Are you going to try to dodge?
No.
You didn't need to. It just hits the wall. It's so hard to hit from people around corners. And then Trey, go ahead and fire. Whoa,
14.
nice. So give me damage. Strength is 5. Oh no. Oof, that's twice as much. So he was already wounded, so he drops down unconscious. So one of the stormtroopers is standing there. He's going to turn around and run. So what are you guys going to do?
I think that Trey is now concerned about Melkor. He's going to try to check him and see if he can help him out in any way. As we felled 2 of them and Sanna's still firing, I think Trey's going to try to help Melkor.
Okay. So as you're tending to Melkor, this guy turns around. Go ahead and get your shot off before... he's not going to try to dodge you. He's just trying to run Sanna.
That's the wrong button.
You hit him.
15.
Nice.
Give me some... what's the damage on that? Ooh, he got a good strength roll.
Oh. Big bucks, no
16.
whammies. Yes.
All right, so he rolled under it, so he takes 1 condition. He's stunned for the rest of this turn, and he's in this smoke at this moment. The smoke grenade. So what are you guys going to do for your next turn? Now, if you want to try to heal your friend here, you can try to do natural healing. Make a strength attribute roll. Wait, no, that's a 1 stay. Hold on. Are you going to use a med pack, or are you going to, how are you going to try to heal him?
I do have a med pack on me, so if you go that route, I do have one.
And I think that Trey would know that he has that. So he'll grab for Melkor's med pack and try to hit him with it.
Okay. So let me see the healing table on 140. Oh, you turd. All right, med pack difficulty is 15 because he's incapacitated. So I need you to roll. What is it?
But is that medicine?
Yeah.
This is not going to end well. I don't think I can roll high enough, even with that, to really do it. It's only 2d plus 1.
So, I mean, this is a good time to talk about some of you guys' other options. Each of you has 1 force point. Doing that is just like trusting in the force. If you do that, you double all of your actions in a round, and you double all of your totals in a round. So if you roll 8, it would be 16, etc.
Yeah, I think that in this moment and with Trey's background, he's very much letting the force guide him at this point. So he'll spend that force point.
So before you do, just so you know, there's another option of preparing for an action, which basically gives you a +1 die to the action. It means that for that first round, you're not doing anything because you're sort of getting your headspace and everything. But then that second round, you would then have 1 extra die to try to succeed. So do you want to try to do the preparation?
No, I think in Trey's headspace, this is a knee-jerk reaction. His friend has gone down, and he's just the force will guide me, and he's just diving in.
Okay. So then we're just going to say that was the 8, so it's a 16. So you successfully heal him 1 condition. So now you're wounded instead of, dead, basically, unconscious.
That's good. I'll take
which
wounded.
Which is always a nice thing, right?
And that burns my 1 force point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a heroic use of it, so you'll get it back at the end of the game.
Oh, cool.
All right, so let's see. A wounded character falls prone, can't do anything for the rest of the round. Anytime he rolls a skill or attribute die, his code is reduced by 1d. So just know that right now you are wounded, Melkor. So everything you do is reduced by 1 die no matter what.
Okay.
But you are conscious, and that's not nothing. So
Yeah.
that's nice. All right, so for this round, that's what are you going to do, Trey? You just healed him. His eyes open, and he starts breathing, gasping for air.
I think he's like, as a player, I'm like, I want to fire off another shot, but I think Trey is still like, what would be like Trey's still like worried about Melkor and making sure that he's all right. So I guess maybe if he's prone and can't do things, I guess Trey will try to drag him back around the corner to get him out of harm's way, and like past Sanna and Deo.
Okay. And are you going to fight him, Melkor?
Hell yeah! I come up, I'm ready to shoot. So.
Well,
That's
you're
blind
you're
fire.
prone on your back right now. You are conscious, so if you want to fire, you can. But he's going to be dragging you, so that's going to make it a little more challenging.
Yeah. I'm shooting while I'm getting drugged.
Okay. And then Sanna, you said you were going to be firing off at him, or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to keep
All right.
firing off at that stormtrooper.
So he's in the smoke right now. He's clearly seemed like he was running away. So let's go ahead and resolve that. You're going to have a -5 to hit him, so you're going to have to get a 20. Or at 15, I'm sorry. Nice. All right, give me some damage,
16.
and let me see what his strength roll is. And he has to drop one of
18.
them. Oh, wow, he drops. You don't see anything. You just hear, oh! And that's it.
Beautiful.
Encounter is over. You all...
So as Trey is dragging Melkor backwards, like, you can't just, you're an idiot. Why are you trying to die? Like, you're so freaking suicidal. It's ridiculous.
Dio's like bouncing back and forth. You guys hear this sort of footstep sound in the hallways.
Way.
Do we hear
Okay.
anyone else coming from the way we were coming?
Give me a perception
through the
check.
smoke? It's on here somewhere.
Yeah, it's hard
11.
to pinpoint
13.
exactly where. It's sort of echoing in the tunnel. It's still a little bit quiet, but you know you're under pursuit. Like someone's coming.
All right,
All right, let's grab one of the stormtroopers' comms.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd have to just rip the helmet off of one of their heads, and there's like a little built-in comm thing.
Perfect. Hey Melkor, you speak Imperial.
I do. I also speak basic like everyone else.
Get him off our scent. Tell him we went somewhere else.
Oh, damn it. I was going to totally do the whole, it's fine, it's okay, how
The
are
Han
you?
Solo
But
thing,
yeah.
Control the thing.
This is Officer 10197. Rebels have been captured. Ringing them in. Give me a shout out. Where is everybody?
We're at the front entrance. Some of us are searching the tunnel mine tunnels.
Can
That was real
can
helpful. Over and
Can
out.
we hear this conversation with that he's hearing in his comm, or is he the only one?
No, I mean you kind of have to put the helmet on to
Okay.
sort of trigger it. And
Yeah,
everything.
it's because it's a tongue server and shit. Like you have to
Yeah.
basically make out with your helmet to use the comm.
Okay.
Did you say it's a tongue?
Yes,
That sounds.
that's actually canon. Well,
Blah,
it used to be.
Which version of canon are we doing? Never mind. So like
One that's
Trey
relevant
starts
to
like
this.
okay, Trey starts like tapping Melkor on the shoulders, like tell everybody to fall back to the entrance, and then we shouldn't have anybody in front of us.
Change plans, boys. Everybody fall back to the entrance. We are getting out of here.
What's your operating number?
Already told you, kid. 10197.
That doesn't track with this unit. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm fucking Secret Service, dingus.
Stay where you are. We're gonna come collect you.
Okay, we're at the entrance. Come find us.
Let's go.
You
Let's
are-
go. And like,
Pretty sure they did not buy any of that.
I know for a fact they didn't buy any of that because
All right,
that
Tia, we need to go fast. Where are we going, buddy?
All right, Dio
Get
starts
outta here.
moving, goes right into the smoke that is just persistent.
how long does this smoke last? It just keeps going.
It'll eventually settle down, but
Okay.
there's no like cross breeze or anything
No
in this.
ventilation. Okay.
Yeah.
it is.
So as it just starts
Does
heading all the way
does
down the tunnel.
does Melkor keep the helmet or does he drop it?
I don't know. I'm holding on to that. That's
Okay.
our chatter. That's how we know when people are coming, other than them shooting at us.
So like as you're carrying it and like Trey's falling behind you, like he takes the helmet from you, like puts it on his head, and he's like, "Can't see shit in here." Takes it back off and hands it back to you. How do they fire their blasters? You can't see anything in there.
That's probably why
Clearly they
didn't hit
don't.
you. All right, so as you guys are moving down this hallway, Dio seems to be going with a true sense of urgency, as quick as he can. Far below, a massive explosion sounds, rumbling on as the floor begins to quiver. Dust and crumbling rock rain down from the ceiling and walls all along the tunnel. Then silence returns, and the falling stops, leaving the air thick with tension. Dio chirps softly, then continues on into the darkness of Mesa 291.
All right, buddy.
It's like,
And I think Trey is now like I'm walking like blaster in hand. Like they know we're here. We're not sneaking anymore. Doesn't want to waste an action pulling out a blaster going forward. So he's got blaster in hand.
nice.
Oh, yeah, I think all of us probably have our blaster out.
Just
Yeah.
making sure that everybody like that it's there. It's been stated.
Yeah.
Trey's like, if I had my lightsaber, not only could we fight these guys, we could see in this tunnel. He's just like kind of bitching at Melkor for making him leave his stuff home.
Well, I feel like an idiot because I just realized that I have a comm link on me. So instead of carrying the damn bucket with me, I'm just going to tune to the same frequency and chuck the thing.
Okay, so that's pretty smart. So let's...
Wait, do we need... Oh, okay.
I was going to say, you need to
As the helmet goes flying over Trey's head.
give me a... Let's see, where is it? A mechanical skill roll of 20 or better to tune into their comm link.
Okay.
Because these headsets are not default capable of tuning into military channels.
Okay. Motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, to continue...
Looks like I prematurely threw the helmet.
I mean, you can just walk back and pick it back up.
That's true.
Like,
I think Trey
embarrassing.
probably picks it up because he like thinks that's cool. So it's like Trey's already like picked it up and caught back up to the group as Melkor is like fiddling with his comm link. He's like, "Oh,
Okay.
hey, just want a souvenir." Fine.
Sanna, you notice that there's this old sort of decrepit computer terminal that you guys pass, and you guys are now looking face to face with a blast door that's closed.
All right, let's go back to the computer terminal.
It's just right around the corner from where you guys are right now, so you don't have to move very far.
Perfect.
But you're looking at the
Dio,
terminal.
do your droid thing.
It's all like it clearly doesn't want to plug into that after all the shenanigans that's happened here.
Well, what are our other options, buddy? We got to get through that blast door.
It moves forward, and its little extracting connector plugs into the port, spins left and right, and then all of a sudden shock starts spilling out of it, and Dio starts shaking with this massive power surge just shocking him constantly. Like he's just
Cackle a little fucker so he doesn't explode.
just like grab him and rip him back and away, and just sparks
Yeah.
are flying everywhere. And slowly, after a few moments, the door opens up, and Dio is just like standing there wobbling a little bit on his two legs.
Hey, you did a
All
good
right,
job,
buddy?
buddy.
It doesn't even want to move forward. The blast door swooshes open in a shower of sparks as it drags along its track. An instant later, the ceiling of the tunnel ahead erupts into a raging inferno. Just as the wave of intense heat blasts out, you hear stormtroopers calling to each other not far behind you. The floor of the tunnel ahead is clear, but heating up quickly. To navigate under the flames, you must crawl across rough stone floor. So as you guys walk into here, this... Oops, not into there. This
Right into
is
the
the
wall.
ceiling that is burning into fire. There is sort of
Cool.
another passage down this way. Down this way. Do you want to belly crawl through the fire, or do you want to see if there's anything on the other side?
I say crawl.
It's like,
They're
screw it.
probably not going to be smart enough to go following through the fire.
Usually people aren't smart enough to jump into the fire. Everyone else, what do you want to do?
If Melkor's gonna start crawling, like I think Trey is like, I got a bad feeling about this, but he'll start following.
Just this raging plasma fire right above your head.
Sanna will
I think for everyone
heavily.
at home,
also have a bad feeling about this.
I was gonna say we should start a drinking game for the viewers. If you're at home watching this, every time one of us says, "I've got a bad feeling about this," take a shot, and we'll see how you guys are feeling by the end of the session. It'll be great.
Send EMT, man, your medical bill afterwards.
There you go.
Right.
All right, so the firestorm rages about a half a meter over Dio's dome as he just hauls ass down this hall as fast as he can go. Unfortunately, you guys have to low crawl. So this intense heat is making it near impossible to even approach or even move through. So I'm going to need stamina rolls from each of you.
Okay. Would this be a time when my control force ability would come into play at all? Not 100%
You
knowing
could
how it all
use-
works.
Yeah, I mean, you could use that instead of your stamina if you like that roll better. Basically, it's just a skill roll, like every other skill roll.
Oh, really?
So if you have a
yeah.
1, it's a 1d.
Yeah, so it's a 1D, and then my stamina is a 2D, so I guess I'll just do stamina.
Okay. Oh, no. 7, 7, and 8. All right. So the PC who fails to overcome somewhat in the middle of the tunnel and must be dragged the remaining distance. So you guys get to the middle of the tunnel, and the intense heat stops you from even moving anymore. You just feel like your back singeing and like your skin is getting incredibly hot, even though it's covered by clothing. You're worried that your hair is going to ignite on fire if you happen to have hair, and you're just sort of panicked. And Dio's just like whistling at the end of the tunnel, like trying to get your attention, and it moves forward, reaches out a little appendage, grabs onto Sanna, slowly drags her to the other end. Meanwhile, you're still hearing like the roaring just of the plasma right above your heads. So you're not getting a clear sound of the footsteps, but you still hear that sort of echoing of approaching bodies. It takes a little bit of time, goes up forward to Melkor, grabs Melkor, pulls Melkor back as well, and then finally moves up to you, Trey, and brings you back to another locked door. And Dio looks at you guys looking at the terminal and just...
Come on, man. I'll give you a Scooby snack if you do it.
He
I think
absolutely
he's done.
refuses.
You've done a good job, Dio. You've done a good job. Okay, let's see. Let's see what I can do.
Say one of you's got to be able to hack into this shit, right?
Trey looks at Melkor and he's like, "You got those little things in your coat? Like, isn't that what they're for? Is to open doors?"
That's right. I totally do have a thing.
It's a technical roll in order to open the portal.
Technical. So just technical, not like the anything
Yeah,
else.
it just says make a technical roll.
Oh, 13.
It's not enough.
Nice.
This old
Oh, no.
rusty thing. Who else wants to give it a shot?
I don't think I have enough technical to do it, but I mean, I'll roll. Yeah, no,
Yeah, you're just
I 2d6.
Stick your
It's
finger
not
in
gonna-
it. I don't know.
Also, don't think I have enough technical.
You're going to have to try to convince Dio, or you guys are going to have to backtrack.
Come on, Dio. It's either this or you got to drag all our asses out.
The
Yeah,
speakers switch on yet
easier
again,
option?
and the now familiar voice fills the mind. Rebels, I grow weary of this hunt. You have 30 minutes to throw down your weapons and surrender. After that, I will seal every entrance in this mine and watch cheerfully as it collapses in upon itself, with you trapped inside. The PA clicks off.
All right,
Dio's
Dio.
like,
Sounds bullshit.
moves toward the terminal, ejects its appendage, spins it around a couple times, and the blast doors open.
Good job.
Yay.
Thank you.
Good job, buddy. Hey, when we get to
Good
the
little
rebel
droid.
base, like maybe there's an oil bath for you. Okay, I'm just saying, like we'll put in a good word.
We'll put in a
It's
good
fine.
word. Nice. So you guys get to the end of the hall. Dio turns back to northwest and starts scrolling up that way. Do you guys go forward?
All right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
So as you move forward, you see that this opens up into the very end of that main tunnel that you guys entered into and were being blasted at from the very far end. These metal tracks sort of line the walkways. You walk out, and you know you're out of the long range of that repeating blaster cannon that they were using at the far end of the tunnel. So you hope that no one's moved anywhere closer up in here. As you enter into this area, the final few meters of the main tunnel end at a huge, ominous hole, 20 meters wide. No railing or wall guards this pit. The crumbling edge of the
Must
Formex
be
floor.
Imperial made.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna just say.
The crumbling edge of the Formex floor just drops away into one of the deepest man-made holes in the galaxy. Gusts of smoky wind rise up from the depths, released from raging flames 10 or 20 levels down. Noises, too, drift up, humming power cables, bursts of steam, electric sizzles and sparks, groaning steel beams, crackling fires, and booming explosions. Flickering orange, red, and yellow lights from the fires cast strange shadows on the shaft's walls and ceiling. Cables hang from winches down into the shaft along the side nearest you. A broken winch and frayed cables hangs on the opposite side. Pipes, cables, ropes, wires, vents, and grills of all kinds cover the smooth walls of the main shaft. Cargo nets sway over the chasm from large clips and spikes in the walls. A ledge completely surrounds the hole.
So I guess we're climbing down.
That sounds like we're gonna
So
fucking
on this
Indiana
side-
Jones this shit to the other side.
So you can go to the other side, and on the other side is a broken winch and a control panel. But on this side, you have winches with cables hanging down. As you look at these cables, they don't look very good shape. They look like they could easily break if you tried, but that's not to say that they would to descend them.
We have rope, right? We picked up the rope that was in the box.
And you
Yep.
know you only have to go down one level. So it's about... Oh, what is
I'm
it?
gonna test fate. I mean, it's only one level. I'll go first. If it breaks, use the rope.
Okay.
Or hear me out. We could just use the rope. You don't
I
have to
told-
tempt
Like
fate
Trey,
or the force
Trey leans
or
into
whatever it is that we're
Use
tempting.
your rope with your logic.
Trey leans into Sanna. He's like, "I told you he was suicidal," and like takes the
How?
rope off. Is there something to tie the rope to?
I mean, you have...
How did you become an Imperial officer? Is this why you're not an Imperial officer anymore?
I found him in.
Well,
a
technically speaking,
drunk.
I'm dead already, so yeah, that's why I'm not an imp anymore.
Nice. All right. So you're not going to try to
Okay.
climb the cables. You're just going to try to jimmy up a rope situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have
The rope looks sturdier, and it was left in the box for us. I'm assuming it had a purpose.
right. I mean, you could tie the rope to the winches, the broken winches,
Sure. Let's
and
do
just
it.
hope they stay in
Okay.
the wall with your weight.
If as we're looking at this stuff, is there anything that seems
Hold
like
it.
sturdier than something else? So we're like, okay, that one's definitely super rusted out and broken. This one might be better. Like, can we kind of?
I mean, it's a
gauge-
dealer's choice. They all look in the same. This is an abandoned mine, so it's nothing here is pristine and really looks good. One of them may have a
whichever-
crack in one side, and the other one is, the bolts are a little looser or something. So it's just kind of like crap.
So Trey's just gonna try to pick the one that he believes looks sturdiest, and then he'll attach the rope to that.
All right. So you attach the rope
Give
as
it
best
a
as you
good couple
believe.
of yanks. Make sure it doesn't
Yeah, yeah.
immediately fall out of the wall.
As you crank, you hear a little, "Grrr," and then plasma from underneath you, from all the levels down, starts and busting up. It looks like it's raising levels at this point. It's still really far down, but you can see the flames and the flickerings as it's getting up and closer, and the smoke is coming up, sort of forcing you guys to have a hard time breathing.
Well,
all right,
no
well,
time like the present. Let's go.
I'm gonna need a
Can we
successful.
see like where the platform or a ledge is on of the next level down?
There's actually not a platform or a ledge on the next one down. There's just the entrance, like you're standing in right now, on this side, and on the other side, you see a hole on the other side, like there's an entrance on that side below you.
Okay.
So very much like on this side, there's. Let me move over here real quick so you can see it. There's this little control room with these computer terminals that you could assume controls the winches if they were not broken. There's another sort of cubby on the next level down. And
Okay.
at this point, Dio is sort of making a bunch of noises. It's trying to communicate like, we can go down, but we need to be on that side.
All right. Let's go, buddy. Show me where to go.
So
So he wants us to be on this side.
yeah, so you tied up the rope on this side with the 3 winches that had ropes falling down on them already. The other ones are broken, or the one on the far side is broken.
Okay, so Trey will say, "Okay, let me go down first, and I'll see if I can swing the rope into that space and find something to tie it off onto in there."
I
So
mean,
you
look at
guys
this is
slide down
20,
easier.
30, 40. It's about a 40-meter gap. So that's a huge way to try to swing from
Okay.
20 meters down.
Was there nothing over on this other side that we could tie things to?
There's the broken winch if you wanted to try to like untie it from the winches that seem to be somewhat whole on the side you're on to a broken one on the other side.
Well, this has
Yes.
a ledge around the hole, right? So I'm
Yes.
assuming if we drop down, there's also a ledge around
No,
the
as
hole.
you look down, there is
that we
not a
can-
ledge on the next level down.
Okay.
Like you can look over and see, and there's nothing there. Dio
Yeah,
is
I
sort of
guess
like
Trey will move the rope over onto this broken winch and tell everybody he'll go down first.
okay. Dio plugs into the computer terminal, and you see like a little display screen. It's like there's a crash webbing net on the next level that can be pulled out if you want.
Yes.
Yeah, if he can extend that for us, it'd be great.
Okay. So this net unfolds from the shaft wall and reaches across to the other side on the next level down. However, the net has deteriorated with age and now features large gaping holes, frayed plasteel cables, and bent and dented supports. It may not be real safe, but it is something to catch you if you fall.
Yeah,
Perfect.
perfect. So once Trey's got it secured, he'll start descending the rope.
So I'm going to need a climbing check. What is
Okay.
this? Is climbing the skill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, climbing's under
Yeah.
strength.
Yep,
Gotcha.
climbing
Right.
is strength. Yep.
I mean,
Remember that you have a -1 die, Melkor?
Mm-hmm.
19.
Oh
Nice.
God, I'm fucked.
So you
I got-
slide down, no problem.
I got 5.
So you fall down and you hit
Or sorry,
the net.
I got 2.
You hit the net, and this cables start fraying and snapping as you sort of hit it and bounce, and the net sways and dips. Flames below are slowly rising closer and closer. At this
Can
point,
I-
Dio is just like backs up into this cubby more after he saw
How
Melkor
did he
fall.
get down?
He's not. No, he's in this top.
Jetpacks? Oh.
No, he doesn't have any jetpacks or anything.
How's he getting down?
I'll catch him. As I'm already falling through the fucking
I
net.
think as Melkor's falling, like Trey will try to descend faster and try to like reach out a hand to kind of grab him, catch him.
Catch who?
Melkor, because didn't you say he was falling?
Well, he fell onto the
Yeah, I already
netting that was
fell.
opened.
Oh, he's already fallen. So
Yeah.
perfect. So yeah, I'll just go down as fast as I can to try to help him off the netting.
So you had went first. So you were already down.
Okay.
He started sliding down, and then he fell. He just whoosh, got caught by the net. The net started splintering off. Now up at top is Sanna and Dio does not want anywhere near that pit.
How else are you gonna get down?
Looking at it, goes
You
and
said we
plugs
gotta
into
go
the
down, right,
terminal.
Dio?
It tells you on the little display, I can stay here and you go get the ship and then bring the ship up through the netting. You just have to go to an open cave at the other end of that tunnel, but right below us.
Okay, we'll come back. I'll come back for you.
So, and then you start hearing footfalls, and you look
Wait.
across the span of the gap before you've had a chance to grab onto the rope, and you see stormtroopers, approximately a dozen of them, with a very upset officer. So what do you want to
Well, how heavy is an astro, Matt?
do? I mean, it's about. I mean, it's equivalent of a human body in weight, like a grown human. They have like a kilogram reference here somewhere, but I don't want to look for it. It's approximately a human size weight.
Can I just like grab the droid with one hand and sling down the rope with the other?
Oh, that no, that would be a
You can push him.
yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
very, very difficult. I mean, that would be impossible. Just
Push 'em.
you don't really have a grip on something like that big and around, and then trying to hang it.
It's like
Conan
trying
style.
to pick up like a trash can and like, hold on, let me slide down this rope.
Right.
All right. Well, we can't let the droid get into Imperial hands.
Yeah, and it's the only one that can get you guys where you're going. So you'd
Yeah.
be screwed without him.
Pretty much, you either push him down or you blow him up.
How bad off is that netting below us?
It looks pretty precarious, but it did catch Melkor.
I would say, yeah, it caught me from damn near a straight plummet.
Sorry, Dio.
So you
Perfect.
get behind, it's going to be a contested strength roll, so go ahead and give me a strength check. He's not going to go willing in the night, but it
13.
doesn't matter because you're just like, nope, you're going. Just teeters for a minute, just.
Hey, what's that over there?
Melkor looks up and is like, oh no, you have to like scramble out of the way as it just hits it, snapping wires and cables as it starts to like sort of tilt partially into the hole that it's creating from the broken cables. So Melkor, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna try to get off there, but I can't really stand because it's very unstable. So I'm just gonna try to like spider crawl off the net
Okay.
so
Is
the
there
droid doesn't
anything-
fall on me.
It'll take the full round for you to get off that. What's that?
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Is there anything Trey can do to try to help Melkor or like grab the droid and try to like assist it off of the netting?
Yeah, I mean, you could see the head was going through a hole, so you can run out there, grab it, and stop it from sliding into that hole.
Yeah, that's what Trey will do.
Okay.
All right. And then I'll climb down the rope.
All right, give me a climbing check.
I got an 11.
Perfect. I think you needed a 10, right? What did you get, Cameron? Yeah, it's a 10. You must have got like really low. 6.
You
Yeah.
got a 6.
Yeah, I got a 6.
Okay, so yeah, you just slide right down. You help Trey with the droid, and that's when the dozens of troopers line the upper part, the upper level, and they just start firing. You hear the Imperial ISB officer scream out, "We have you now, rebel scum!" And we're in initiative, so they're all going to be firing at you. So basically there's 3 of you, so 2 of these troopers, or actually it'd be 4 of these troopers each are going to fire at each of you. So what's your plan on your turn?
Dodge.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a reaction, so you can still do
what-
other things.
What does this level look like? Is it the same layout?
Yeah, I mean, from the hole, it's the exact same layout, except this tunnel right here extends further. And here, let me move you guys down to the next one, and maybe that'll help.
I think Trey is trying to just pull Dio out of this this netting, knowing that we need our map to get us there. You can't get anywhere without map quest. So
I'm gonna be shooting back, so just cover fire as my
and
ammo.
as Trey tries to pull
Same.
Dio out, he's like, "Show him your badge. Show him your rank. Tell him to stop."
Show him your badge. I'm not sure that's going to help much.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
Oh, it's 100% not, but you know, Melkor likes to throw, and he's like, I was an Imperial officer, so this is.
So in the distance in front of you, you see there's a massive blast door that's closed on this level. The droid is down here actively like falling through, which Trey stopped, but you guys are going to have to move the droid off of the net before you can continue if you're going to bring the droid with you. Meanwhile, all these troopers are up top ready to fire down on you. So Sanna, what was your plan?
I'm gonna try to give Trey some cover fire so he can get the droid out.
Okay, so you're just going to aim up there and
Yep.
just start
Aim
firing at
up
one
and
of them?
shoot.
Okay.
Yep.
And Melkor, what's your plan?
I'm just shooting.
So you're just, I mean, you're on the net. No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm backing up, of course. I'm trying to get the hell off the
So
net.
if you're on the net, you can't do anything else except
Well,
for...
I thought
it's
already
so
did that with
unstable.
The last turn.
Yeah, I mean, so, okay, so then you move to the edge of the netting, and you're sort of standing off while the other two are down on the net. So yeah, I mean, if you want to stand here and fire up at them, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'll be, like I said, I want to do cover fire, just make sure they get off the net in time.
All right. And then Trey, what's your plan?
Hold the droid.
Okay. So you're moving. That's not going to really affect anything, but you are going to be fired at while you're on the net. Any reaction of dodging is going to have a -1 die because the net is moving and you can't really control your movement as well as you normally would. So we're just going to go crazy with these troopers up top. Shoot, I've got to open up their character sheet. There we go.
I mean, at least we survived the collapse tunnel, but this is where we'll TPKs right here,
Right.
guys.
So you're dodging. So go ahead, Sanna, and give me your dodge roll. And you'll see what it adds for the difficulty here.
Well,
They're 20 meters away. We're at medium range. Wow, that's a good freaking dodge. And that was with your -1 die?
I'm not on the net.
Oh, okay. So medium is 15, so that's, wow. 27 they need to hit you. Because that applies to
Good.
all of them as you're like dancing around, like flipping and doing like some crazy acrobatic stuff, keeping yourself fine. Okay, so let's see. First, missed, and missed. You're just being peppered all around you with blaster fire. Trey, you're next. Give me your dodge.
What's that roll?
It's just
Oh,
dodge.
it is dodge. I see it there. Sorry. I'm like looking for it.
Nice. So 28 for these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're blasting through. They're actually hitting some of the cables and ropes, which is making the thing sag. You're seeing flames get closer below you as it's just sputtering up plasma, and smoke is coming up and singeing the very bottom of the part of the net that's hanging down the lowest. You don't feel like you can last here much longer. The next group of 4 is gonna be
Dio,
attacking
you could
Melkor.
help.
Are you? I mean,
I'm yelling
it's a droid.
I'm
It
yelling
can't
at the
roll.
droid. I'm like, come
It's like
on,
a
buddy.
Mr. Potato Head. It's like a trash can just laying down. Melkor, are you going to dodge?
Nah, I'm just gonna shoot.
Okay.
Well, no, I
It
guess I
doesn't.
probably
Well, it's too late because I already rolled, but it
Okay.
doesn't matter because
Okay.
they all missed. So that's
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That was all of them. And you see the ISB sort of lean his head between troopers, soldiers. You're all going to die down there. Wouldn't it be better to face Imperial justice than death?
Now,
Nope. No, it wouldn't. All right, so you actually move slowly, but you eventually get this droid onto the ledge with all of you. For this round, they're going to be firing at you. What are you guys going to do?
I think
we didn't get to fire back.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, I'm
That was-
sorry. You're right.
yeah, I was supposed to have been firing back. I didn't dodge.
So they were trying to. I mean, yeah. I mean, none of them hit you. So no matter what you do to fire back, it's not going to impact whether they could hit you or not, or even fire at you.
Okay.
But go
So
ahead
just
and
do
give me an
damage.
attack roll. So they have, because they're up at the top of a ledge, and you guys are down here. They have just a little bit of that ledge cover from you, so it's going to add a +5. You're at a long range distance or a medium range distance right now, so it's going to have to be a 20 to hit them.
Didn't hit.
Okay, I didn't. That
So you
didn't
guys
happen.
are doing your best to fire, and they just sort of lean back a little bit as it sort of hits that wall, And it doesn't really matter because they didn't hit you either. You're just sort of trading blaster fire, trying to provide cover and get out. You see this massive blast door in front of you, and they're still like plucking away, trying to shoot you for this next round.
Is
What are you guys
there-
planning to do?
Is there a terminal on this side to open this door?
Let me look.
Because if there's
ledge in
not,
front of the
like I
blast
think
door
the
is
whole
leading-
thing is mute.
You actually don't see any computer terminal on this side. Dio is just like squealing, like trying to communicate. The control was up there. I was going to help open the door once you got down there, and now I can't open the door.
I don't speak droid.
So,
Well, good thing we got
Sanna, what do you
grenades,
want to do? You hear echoing above the din of the plasma that's getting ever closer, the command of the ISB officer to get down there and take them.
Can we see the control for the door from where we are?
No, because it would be on the platform literally right above you. We're in initiative, so just let me know what your character thinks they would do in this moment.
Okay. Theo told us the control is above us. I'm going to move around the edge of the hole to the other side and see if I can see the control. And if I can, I'm going to blast it.
So just so you know, moving across this netting is not simple. You have to go prone. It'll take you 3 full rounds to get
Oh,
to
there's
the
not a
other
ledge,
side.
you said.
Correct.
Okay. Never mind then. Well, I do have grenades.
It's quite the throw. Do you want to try it?
We also have smoke grenades that can kind of obscure us a little bit.
We're
Oh, no, I
in
was
combat, so
thinking,
we gotta.
how big is,
We gotta
what do I
quick
know about
decisions.
blast doors? Like how
I mean,
how big is a
they're
how
meant
thick
to
is a blast
repel.
door?
Yeah, they're meant to repel massive amounts of damage. You know, for someone trying to blast into it. So you're not sure that even a thermal detonator would make a hole in it. Like you would have to go
It'd
at
be
it.
really helpful right now is a lightsaber.
A lightsaber would be dope
Right.
right now.
I
Thanks.
was told I wasn't allowed to bring it.
That's true.
That would have been soups helpful
All
right
right,
now.
Melkor, what are you doing? So Sanna, during this time, you're trying to figure out what to do, and you just in the combat 5-second span, you just can't figure it out. Melkor, what are you doing?
That's fair.
I'm just gonna try to duck back into the cubby a little bit more,
Just get more cover.
and just a little bit more cover,
Are you
and
gonna
keep
try to
covering
fire?
everybody else with fire. Yeah,
Okay. And then Trey, what are you doing?
Do I still have the stormtrooper helmet? So I picked it up after Melkor had thrown it down.
How would you keep it while you were pulling that droid?
I like that's what I'm not sure. Like, would I?
So
have
you
had,
see it
like, a
like
place to-
perched in the middle of that netting.
That's not going to help with the plan that I had. So, I mean, I guess he's going to no, because if they see him get the helmet, it won't make. What I wanted to do is I was going to put the helmet on and be like, "We're behind him. Open the blast door," and like try to convince them to open up the door for us from up top. But if I don't have the helmet on, it's not going to work. I think he tries to push Dio towards the door, and I guess if Melkor's firing, he'll fire.
So that's gonna be 2 actions. So first you're gonna be pushing Dio, like lifting him up and pushing him forward. Second, you're going to turn around and fire up at them.
Yeah.
So the first segment, they're all gonna take shots down at you guys. So Sanna, are you gonna try to dodge?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and give me that roll, please. Because they are firing.
11.
Oof. So they need a 26. I was hitting the wrong button. 4. Yeah, they're just firing down. They're completely missing you. The next 4 are firing at Melkor, who also had cover. So are you going to try to dodge as well?
yeah.
Go ahead and roll your dodge.
So 9.
So, well, because you have cover, actually, it makes it more difficult. I don't think they can hit you. It's impossible. And then, last but not least, Trey, are you going to try to dodge while you're lifting up this droid?
I mean, sure, if you'll let me. I'm not quite sure how that would mechanically work.
It doesn't
but-
really matter. I mean, it's just
Okay.
you sort of moving around, like push him up and trying to get on the other side and lift him.
Okay.
And
All right.
in either case, they're firing as quickly as they can. You hear screaming out one last order, like, "I said, get down there now!" So for the second segment, you see them grabbing on. Two of them are grabbing onto the rope on the far side from where you are now, and they're shimming down. Where's climbing? And both of them just fall down, caught by the net, which then just snaps a little bit more. Flames lick up, and the other troopers are looking over the commander. "Sir, I don't think this is a very stable rope here." He's like, "I don't care. Get down there. Those rebel scum won't make it out of here alive." The blast doors themselves draw open slowly, revealing a large cavern. Slumped in a heap beneath the computer port on the other side of the door is Thierry. He wears a smoldering flight suit and appears to have suffered grievous injuries. Beyond him, you see a large opening in the cavern wall leading outside. Near the opening lies the wreckage of what was once a shuttle. Your ticket out of here. Through that opening, you can see the steady approach of two AT-AT walkers, still in the distance, but moving closer. What are you going to do?
Where's my ship?
So you had to abandon your ship on the other side in order not to be caught by any Imperial units. And so you would have to fly to your ship in order to get there. But let me move you guys into here and show you what you're seeing really quick. Reveal. So you see this mass of these three central columns. Here, let me...
Which we still see is just a little circle of light around us. With
Right
that
now?
dynamic
That's all you
lighting
see?
on. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let me
Because
try
we've
to-
got the dynamic lighting. Now we can kind of see, is there... Yeah, we move around the room, yeah.
Trying to help you out here.
There we
Nope. You did not see anything.
Didn't see anything.
All right, so I think you should be able to see most of it now. And Trey is right here. And he is not doing well. He's unconscious. It's like his last act was to open that blast door. You see his ship is crashed on the outside of this cavern. And Dio's just rolls right up to him and just like spouting off a bunch of noises and sounds as you hear more stormtroopers descending down behind you. What do you do?
Trey would tell Dio to close the door and see if he can help Tyree's dyingness.
Okay.
Am I in range enough to be able to shoot at the netting?
You would have to move back outside to do that.
Okay.
Would one of those concussive grenades be enough to just take the netting out?
You're not sure. You're not familiar with those nettings material. It might. It might also just fall right through the netting.
Yeah.
Because it's a net.
Just gonna lay down some cover fire at the blast door
Okay.
as they're
Yeah,
coming
I
in.
think I'll do the same since I don't really want to go back out there just to shoot at them in hopes that the net falls.
Yeah, as the door closes behind you.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
do that. So, yeah, just cover fire as well.
Okay. So these troopers are just coming down the net. The ones that are on the net are slowly trying to low crawl across it. It's going to take them a couple rounds to even get to the other side of the ledge. And so Dio just rolls over to the door, plugs in. The blast doors slowly start closing. Just So Trey, you were looking at Tyree. What are you doing with him?
Do I still have Melkor's med pack on me?
That was used.
That was used. Oh, are there a single use?
Yeah.
I have two.
What were my
I'll
other
toss you
healing...
one.
Okay. I was going to say, because I can't remember what the other healing options were. Maybe if she's going to throw me a med pack, then I can use that. But
yeah, for med pack, you could heal yourself with your force abilities, but
not
for
anyone
other
else.
people, you have to
I
use
didn't mean to roll
med packs
force.
or some Bacta or something like that.
Yeah.
In this particular case, I need you to give me a roll, and I think it's where's the healing? So he's incapacitated. I need a DC 15 that you have to get over.
What am I rolling? Just medicine?
Yeah.
See, and I don't.
Well, remember, you could do that prepared thing.
Yeah, I would take a round to prepare because I only have like 2D to do it. So I would take a round to prepare and then roll the next one.
All right, so this is the second round. You spent that last round preparing. Do you guys want to change up your actions, or what do you want to do? Because you guys can't do cover fire with the blast door closed. What's your plan?
I'm gonna go explore, see if there's just the shuttle that was in here.
The ruined shuttle initially, but the exterior of the cavern is all shrouded in darkness and stuff. If you're gonna, you can go explore if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the opposite direction that she's going, just to see if I can see anything as well.
Right. Okay. So you see these three massive stone pillars supporting the roof of this huge cavern. The whole south side is caved in long ago, leaving huge boulders and rubble strewn floor to ceiling. The wall opposite, there's a huge opening in the wall opposite the blast door, which leads out to the oncoming AT-ATs that are slowly making their way in. You see some of them actually as if they're zoning in their targeting, firing off. They're way out of range, so there's nothing that's going to actually hurt you guys. But you see them actively doing test shots to see how close or far they are from you, checking for range. Let's see. Tiri's smoldering shuttle lies crumpled on one edge of the cavern. Over the years, shrubs and small trees have grown in the opening and now conceal it from view, but they don't obstruct the view out. Despite the light in from the opening, the cavern's so big that you don't really see much except for darkness beyond the stone pillars. As you go out and explore a little bit more, searching the edge of the caverns, you soon discover that there's these canvases like covered in like inches of dust. There's like four massive canvas covered shapes. So what do you do?
Well, obviously going to be pulling that off.
So as you grab it and you start pulling it off, it reveals 4 Y-wings.
Yes.
Oh,
Massive
shit.
starfighters.
Guys, we got something. Let's do it.
So if you want to...
Game over, we win.
So are you going to try to go out the way of the AT-ATs, or are you going to try to open the blast doors and fly through the mine?
Like, I would go ahead on against the AT-ATs, because, I mean, Y-Wings, they got some agility to them.
So
and it's open space where we don't have to navigate through tunnels. We can just go.
You just have to worry about
That's
those
like how
catching you.
Because I mean, so if we do go
the tunnels,
if we do go through those, we do have an astromech. So as long as the astromech is in the lead Y-wing, he can navigate for us.
Yeah, set up your
But
hyperspace
again,
coordinates.
I'm all for going straight out at the AT-ATs and.
Tiri is starting to come to after you taking care of him, Trey. He's like, can any of you fly? I didn't even know these things were here. I swear, I didn't know any of this was going to happen. I was just trying to divert these Imperials from you. But I can get us to the rebel base.
Yeah, I can fly. I'm a pilot.
So each Y-wing can hold 2 people and an astromech.
Okay. And I have a piloting skill as well, so.
Okay. And are you going to go in his Melkor? In Trey's ship?
Let me double check. I don't remember. Yeah, my gunnery is higher than my piloting, so yeah, I'll play gunner.
Okay.
So
Trey is telling you we don't know anything about these machines. These things, their weapons and shields might not work at all. We really just have to get our hyperspace coordinates and get the hell out of this planet side. These Imperials are going to get us. Where's the ship that you guys came in on? Are we abandoning that and doubling back for it, or are we gonna...
No, we're not abandoning that. No.
Apparently, we're not abandoning that.
He's like, okay, I could probably take over piloting from this once we get to your ship, but we're not going to have much time. These Imperials are going to have their shuttle as well, so we're going to have to move really quick.
All right.
Okay.
All right, I'll hop in the pilot seat, start warming it up.
Start flipping switches. You hear this.
Flipping switches, pressing buttons.
I'm just in the back going beep, boop, boop, beep, boop.
Yeah,
Pretending I know
Trey
what
will
I'm
do
doing.
the same, and then Trey would offer
Get
like
Dio in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Sanna, once we get back to your ship, I can pilot this Y-wing and then follow you and provide you some cover. I'm sure the rebellion wouldn't mind having a couple extra ships around either.
Yeah. All right, so you guys slowly are powering up these old archaic things. I mean, you're like flipping the switches that should be turning these machines on. You know, it's like smashing the panel, and then it starts lights start opening up and flashing and turning on and coming back to life. The ground itself is starting to rumble and shake. It's as if that plasma that was rising up through the levels is finally starting to reach your level. The
Right.
stability of this entire place is just zero. I mean, it's just terrible. Shake. You sort of lift up and you're hovering precariously right above the ground, trying to maneuver out of this cavern. Rocks are starting to hit the tops of these Y-wings and roll off the side as the cavern itself starting to continue collapsing. You exit outside and immediately just start
Punch it.
punching it up into the sky. The droid is starting to do its calculations for hyperspace jumps, and the AT-ATs are firing their blaster cannons at you, still outside of range, not quite reaching you. You fly up into the upper atmosphere, and Tyree is telling you, asking you where the coordinates are, or, head toward your ship, and I'll fly this one back home, and you can just follow us in your ship.
Sounds good.
All right, you give them the coordinates. You guys get your
Use my
hyperspace
comm
jump
link.
point. Yeah.
Yep.
Let my
Perfect.
my little droid know. Hey, fire up the ship. We're coming in hot.
Beep boop. So everyone's back up in the air. You've got your jump coordinates, and you just jump to hyperspace. You come out of hyperspace to this nameless planet you guys aren't aware of. You've never been in this part of space before. You come down to this hidden rebel hangar base, and people are just cheering and incredibly excited, not only that Tiri came in, but the fact that you guys brought 2 Y-wings that they didn't even know existed before. These are going to be great once they're all repaired, and they're going to, just help the cause, as it were. And you guys are accepted into the rebellion if you want positions, and that is this adventure.
Fuck yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That is the end
Trey
of
looks
Rebel
at Melkor.
Breakout.
He's like, do you think they're gonna let me go home and get my lightsaber?
You know, let's make
Maybe your lightsaber's in my ship.
Oh, yeah,
Just left
that-
everything in the ship.
Say anything.
Awesome. All right, well, that is the game. Thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This was the first time I've ever run a 30th anniversary Star Wars role-playing game session. I've only played it back when I was much younger, and I didn't need these. And so for you players who play, is this the first time you guys have played this edition?
Mhm.
Yeah, this is the first time.
I think this is the first time I played this edition. What did we play when you and I played?
Yeah, that
like
was the Saga system one.
15 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, it was Wizards of the Coast's version of it. This is a great
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
That was a good
See, and
game.
I've only
Yeah.
played like a couple versions of D&D and some Pathfinder, Call of Cthulhu. So this is the first time ever using like a D6 system. So it was a little different, but no,
Yeah.
it's pretty intuitive. I like it. It's good.
Yeah, for me to run it, it's a little bit clunky because you have to deal with everything happening at once. One reaction will affect the other reaction and stuff. So it's a
Mhm.
little bit initially clunky. I'm just not used to it, but it is something that if you guys are into it, I would like to do another session just
Fuck yeah,
to
dude.
kind of have some fun, maybe do a little.
No, I will do another session, but only if Trey gets his lightsaber. Like that was
Yeah, man, it's on the ship.
as long as I can have the lightsaber, we're good. Like we're
Yeah. Use it to
perfect.
bat those smoke grenades right in your
I
face.
might get better distance on the smoke grenade if we bat it than if we...
All right. Well, thank you again. I hope everyone enjoyed this. That's going to do it for this episode. We invite you to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to get notified about upcoming sessions. Of course, you can always join the Infernal Brotherhood now through YouTube memberships or pick up some of our custom designed clothing following the
Hell
links in the
yeah.
description below
Which
until
I
the Infernal Brotherhood
totally
can...
forgot.
Oh, is that what you're wearing?
No, I forgot to. I
Oh,
set
and
it out so I would
Oh, I thought
remember.
you'd like rip it open Superman style. Dang it. Well, until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my fellow scruffy-looking nerf herders, may the Force be with you.
Who you calling Scruffy?
Call him a nerf herder.